Hey everyone, listen, I'm awfully sorry. I've been looking for my glasses. I can't find my glasses. I can't see anything. Will you give me a minute? Just a minute, please. Give me a minute. And I'll try and find it. I'll find another pair. Just give me 1 minute, please. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Dad. I really am. It's just that I don't know where my glasses went. If I has a clue. Anyway, I've got them. Finding the original ones. All right. So yeah, I'm awfully sorry. Apologies again. And anyway, let's see what's happening here. TW, even and Frank, even and T. I hope you're well. John Conway. Hey Frank, how are you? I'm okay. I think I am. Paul Turner. Good evening, Frank. Hope you're okay. Are we all okay? I don't think we are. And watch the live match on my Telegram channel, says Molly Jones. Watch the live, yeah. Okay, Molly. I hope you're a red. If you don't watch non-reds on this one. And it's Baldy slot. All right, Daryl. Daryl, are you there?
Hi, Frank.
Have you been asleep?
I've just been waiting. And we're doing all right.
Everything's settled.
All right now?
Yeah. It's coming back to me, mate. Everything is coming back.
I'll sort it out when I come back.
Okay. Anyway, is anyone there? Because I'm late. I'm awfully sorry. I'm so sorry. As I said, I don't think Molly Jones, that girl, watch the live match in my Telegram channel. Molly Jones. Sorry there, Molly. Paul Turner says, hey Frank, I'm going to the Empire Theatre to watch Bill Shankly's farewell with his granddaughter, Callie, Alan Kennedy, and my football hero, Kevin Keegan. You know, it's, you're talking Bill Shankly. You're talking Bill Shankly. And just imagine, I don't know what the play will be about. Obviously, you've got an actor, hello there, son. You'll have all this. But look at, I just thought, if you look at Shankly, the name Bill Shankly, the fella who came, big socialist, like I saw, came to Liverpool. And then we're talking slot. Think about it. Just let's try and let that digest for 1 second, please. Just try and let that digest for 1 second. Shankly, slot. Should we say a few more? Should we say a few more? Shankly, Paisley, Fagan, Kenny. Think about that. Just think about it. Let's sleep a few years. We had Roy Evans, didn't we? Good old Roy. He tried to do something. Didn't get the respect of anybody. And then you had the likes of Hourier, the Frenchman, who he won 5 trophies in 1 year, didn't he? They say 5, but he nearly won a treble. But having said that, a treble in 2001, some memorable games as well. Always remember beating Roma at Anfield 2-0. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. To go through. And that unbelievable final against Alaves. That mad game with the own goal, golden goal. Okay, so yeah, that's earlier. Then you had Rafa. First season, European Cup, Istanbul. Unbelievable. Istanbul. The greatest final comeback ever. Think about that. Then we had, goes downhill from there. And we had Hudson. Then we had the Irishman. Then you had Jagan. Now, it hasn't been signed on the dotted line yet. Slot. Just try and let that sink in. Just try and let that sink in. Please. Wonder if anyone would be waving, having his big head printed on a big banner, if you know what I mean. Like they've got the other lads. Mary Stan, best wishes to all the chatters from FK Monty Reds. Oh yeah, Mary. Good grief. Love all the stories and memories I've heard about Shanks and the atmosphere on the original Standing Cup. Yes. I think everyone who was there when Shankly was our manager, stood on the cup. Me. I did it. Me. I did it. Sylvia's mother. Great name. Oh, there's JK. Oh, yeah, JK.
Hi there, man. I've been good.
Yeah, what happened to you this morning?
Oh, bro, yesterday I was battered after that game. Oh,
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
yesterday's game did something like that. It was like sort of the final nail in the coffin sort of feeling. Yeah, okay, we lost to Palace, but I didn't feel so bad. But yesterday's game was for me so bad. Sort of probably ended the title challenge, you know? It has,
Yeah.
you know?
But the irony is that we're still in it, no matter how,
Yeah,
still in it. It's incredible. And yeah, I don't know whether you're seeing any tweets or whether you're seeing any things, on social network, the Evertonians.
field day.
Unbelievable.
Field day.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And I think you would see more Liverpool fans saying they don't want Everton to get relegated.
Yeah, yeah,
But there'll be more of them guys saying we want to beat Liverpool to end their title challenge.
yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know, so you got to look at it in that way as well sometimes. No one really likes us
No.
when you really look
No,
at it. No one. There's not one team or set fan base who will say, yeah, you got Celtic and Dortmund, for example, but other than that, no one.
no, you don't get anybody, unfortunately. I think Liverpool, I always remember Liverpool being the most, Man United being the most hated club. And it goes around in circles, Man United, then it was Chelsea, then, Liverpool, but it stuck with Liverpool for years. They just hate Liverpool. I remember us playing, any final, any European final, we just didn't want Liverpool to win. I never seen any social network, where other fans from other clubs were saying good luck Liverpool when we played. Like say like from 12:05, for example. I'm just going there, because there's people. Not one of social network has said good luck Liverpool. Never seen any. So, and then you look at anything today. I'm looking at the likes of when we were in Athens. They were made up when we got beat, if you know what I mean. Playing AC, And,
Who UEFA?
oh, you're too loud, mate. Yeah, you're too loud.
Oh.
You're very loud. Speak.
I've sorted that.
Okay.
Something else.
Anyway, just saying about someone mentioned Shankly. They're going to see this play about Shankly, and I just went through the managers we've had, and then came to a fella named Slot. All right, let's just go through these, and we'll go back to the lads. What did Sylvia's mother say? Sylvia's mother, our group organiser, Chris, was at the 74 final. Show me his match ticket, £1. I liked Rafa, says Mary. Yes. Remember Shankly's farewell game at Wembley and the Charity Shield against Leeds when Keegan and Bremer got sent off and got 10 match pounds. That's what may have cost Bob winning his first trophy. Says Paul Turner. Could have been, yeah, could have. Yeah. Hi, Frank and JK, says Richard Hutchinson. Hello, JK, hope you're well. Paul Turner.
Bless, bro.
Richard Hutchinson. Liverpool FC played bad yesterday. Evening, JK, says TW.
Evening, bro.
Dean O'Brien. Evening, Frank and everyone. I want Everton liquidated. Never mind, relegate. When Leeds ate it back in the Shanks days. Leeds, not really, to be honest, Murray.
Not by us.
No, Leeds were our biggest rivals. Liverpool is our main rivals. It used to be Everton. It used to be, but they're long gone as big rivals now. We've had Leeds. Obviously, Manchester United, still big rivals. We had Chelsea. We've got Man City. Man United are the biggest rivals, to be honest. No matter, even if we were playing in a conference league, they'd still be our main rivals. Richard Hutchinson, Lee, Paul Turner, it couldn't happen to two worst teams to derail us. That's what hurts the most, says Paul Turner. Even in these TW. Even in these says Paul Turner, Dean O'Brien. When's it changed though, Frank? It can't be because we booed the national anthem because we booed it in 1986. When's it a change? Do you mean against us? It wasn't. I was never against the national anthem. It was never against that. It was never. I think in the 80s, Thatcher's government. I think she was the most hated time, most hated prime minister. Except for the Tories who adored her,
Yeah, well, Thatcher seemed to be reviled all round in the 1980s. But for some strange reason, the Tories kept getting in by a very, very large majority, although everybody hated her. Why was that? Were they lying? I think a lot of them middle-class comedians going, oh, the Thatch, and all that crap. Like, they were big Tories, mate. They were just saying it, weren't they? To say, I'm no Tory. And you're like, well, someone's got to be, because they keep beating Labour by about, 3-1. Just every time out.
Well, I'll go to JK. I think that's a cracking comment. When did it change, though, Frank? It can't be because we booed a national anthem, because we booed it in 1986.
Okay. It all changed when you go against the norm. You got to look at each country. When people don't do the norm or have a different opinion, they're sort of ousted as horrible people and stuff. So I think that's when it all started. When people don't agree with what they say the political people are doing, So it all started from that. Then they took that into football after that. And you've seen what happened in the 80s, 90s. So that's where it's from. And I think these people don't really realise the bigger picture. Liverpool people are actually saying for the whole of England to get the same sort of fair play in life, They're not just doing it for themselves, they're doing it for the whole of England. And for some reason, the guys in England think the opposite, So that's the mad thing about that.
Well, I remember when our jockers in the 80s, the latter part, I don't know whether it was the mid-80s or the latter part of the 80s, when I think it was the Tilbury Dockers down in Kent, London, they went out on strike and we went out on strike in support of them. And that was the end of the Liverpool Docks, believe it or not, because the government just didn't want it anyway. No one came out for Liverpool. Nobody. the Tilbury Dockers, they went back to work, you know. Everyone was made up, left Liverpool on their own. So, but I think it's jealousy with football. It's jealousy. What we've achieved. And when you think what we've achieved, it's incredible. And then you had the, you know, the slyness of pundits as well. You know, ex-players having a go. Like that Paul Mason, for example.
It's
He
too
always had to go at Liverpool. Go on, what was you going to say?
It's too much for their tiny minds to bear how successful and brilliant Liverpool have been and how far ahead of any other club in England we are. So it comes out, doesn't it, like in their opinions and they're brushing off of terrible decisions like Diaz's onside goal not given and that. I'm struggling to think who it was. I think it might have been, who was it, man? It was an ex-City player. And the way he spoke about it was just like a true retard is the only word you can use. The way he spoke about it was retarded. I was like, that's meant to be an opinion. You're paid to sit there and say that.
Yeah. Let's just go through these and we'll start talking about last night and we'll start talking because there's a couple of comments here. Right. TW, have we heard anything on Slot today? Sylvia's mother. Slot confirms his desire to join Liverpool. Surprise, surprise. You said, let me go through them, please, Lee. Don't start all jumping in. Please, just don't do it. I'm going to be sick tomorrow if they announce the Slot news, says you, sir. Bonkers. Breaking news, Arne Slot told ESPN he wants to manage Liverpool and he is confident a deal will be agreed. Watch his interview here. Alonso Amarim, Slot. Think about that, what Richard Hutchinson's just said. Alonso Amarim, Slot. Daz, bonkers, bless mate. Richard Hutchinson left the Tories. George said, they used to say the derby was friendly, but I remember walking out of Goodison after the Gary Mack did them, and a cheeky late free kick and an old lad, two in front of me, got split open with a coin. I could tell you stories, but I won't. I remember Everton at home one Saturday. I met up with a couple of old school chums, you know, and I was in Mount Pleasant. I was in there, the Beehive in there. Anyway, I was in there. I was having a drink, and one of the nephews of one of my school chums, he came in, and he just beat Manchester United 3-1. And he came in, and he went, so well, I said, that's a great win, that, today. The abuse I got him for me saying that, often. Don't you effing well be, I know you're an effing red. I said, so was your uncle there. You don't effing well mean and F you and F it. And I just went there. Okay.
Remember when?
Hang on a minute. Please let me finish. Fucking let me finish. And I just went like that. Put my glass down. And when I see it, Tommy, I'm off. And he said, where are you? I said, I'm not having fucking this off him. Having this off him. The fuck does he think he is? So you can't even say, well done, Evan. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And that was in 91. 1991. Think about it. Anyway, fucked up. I heard that way back in the 60s, 70s, the Throutland, God Save Our Team. Yeah, that was in 1966. The first 65. And the first time I ever seen a banner, I was on the telly. I've never supported England, by the way. And I was on the telly. It was in a 1966 World Cup final when England plays West Germany. And everybody singing and everything. There was a banner. One banner I seen loads, a few Union Jacks. And that one banner said, next to England, no, I'm sorry, next to Liverpool, England's are the greatest. That's what it said, the banner. Next to Liverpool, England's are the greatest. It's not Liverpool style, this announcing new manager when the old one is still in place. Listen, I'm going to go, just let me go right through these, please. And I'm going to go straight to JK. Hang on. Big up, Frank. Who do you think we need? Says Taz. Paul Turner. They came more toxic, George said, when the Premier League was formed. It's non-existent now. The side-by-side. Yeah. I was telling someone that we used to go to the game together. Me, I had a few Blues mates. We used to go up the game together because we used to just walk the game. I don't understand how we're viewed so negatively because we stand against entitlement and boo privilege. We, Scousers brackets, are the voice of the voiceless, and yet we're reviled by the country who support a monarch that doesn't care about them. Messed up. Don't get into all
the way I understand.
Absolutely.
The way I understand it, that a lot of them people think about us, it borders on retardation anyway, so let them have it, let them own it. Retardation, borderline retardation, the way they think about Scousers. They don't know nothing about us, mate, half of them.
Okay. Old Devlin, Slot announcing his desire to join Liverpool is like me announcing my interest, marrying Shakira. Phil Barnes, City 3-0 up. Old Devlin, yep.
Good.
They're at every club. Anyway. Let's just read this one. Frankly, JK, they are bitter. Everton apparently we stopped them winning the 1986 European Cup. If they were so good, how did we beat them in the double that year? Dickheads. The thing is, we always get the blame for that. And if people had a big brain, not a big brain, I'm sorry, a bit of a bigger brain cell, than the half that they've got. And I'm talking about everybody, by the way, not you lot. It wasn't Liverpool that got all the English clubs banned. It was Thatcher. Because when Liverpool got banned, Thatcher said to FIFA or whoever, UEFA, and said, I want all English clubs banned. They couldn't do it to Scotland. She couldn't say Scotland because they've got their own ministers, haven't they? Albeit that they're under the thumb of Westminster. Know what I mean? So, JK, I went through a list of managers from Shankly right through to Jurgen. And someone mentioned, about leaving, why didn't he leave? Not Jurgen. Why didn't this Slot not mention anything until the end of the season? Now, as you know, Edwards hates Klopp. You know that. And this is why it's blown up.
Yeah.
This is why it's blown up. so that, you know, together, Jurgen Klopp. What's your take on it, by the way?
The day when Klopp made his video, for some reason, I was more bothered about the timing than the actual substance of the video. I was thinking, if he's telling us this now, why? We don't really need that to hear that now. I always said that I'd rather we win the league, he tells us, than we do the procession in Liverpool, you know. That's the scenario it should have been. But some smart aleck decided now was the time to do, well, not nearly 3 months now, isn't it? A long time ago, since the news broke. And what's it been like since then? Every Tom, Dick and Harry saying this guy's coming, this guy's coming, this guy's coming. Sort of been settling in the club, which didn't need to happen. So, wrong timing. And I always believe that coincidence happens sometimes, but, you know, the way football is nowadays, they always do the timing with each subject. They do it their way. And for some reason, that timing was like the time for Klopp to say what's going to happen. Wrong timing all go for me.
I'm about as inclined to believe these Arnie Slot rumours as I am to believe Godzilla really exists. So that's where I am with this Arnie Slot bollocks. Like, no way we getting him. There's no way they do that, knowing how the fan base would react. Arnie Slot, come on now, that ain't going to happen. As I said, Godzilla is much more likely to exist than that being a like real scenario, a real played out scenario where he comes here for like 5 years or something, or like 1, and then we sack him. He just ain't coming, mate, because no one knows who he is and no one cares who he is. Nobody wants him. Nobody cares who he is or knows who he is, and that's it.
Quickly about the thing where the club probably known for a long time, even before Klopp told us. So realistically, they haven't really done their homework to think who we're going to bring in next. They've sort of approached Alonso, they've approached Almiron. Neither of the two said, yeah, I'll take it on. So this guy now is the new guy they've sort of brought into the picture, you know. They've probably got a list, but all in all, it's a bit of a dodgy way they've done it, you know. Like this guy is like, come on, you know. He hasn't gone to another club, won a European title or something. He's just won a league in Holland, you know. So
no one's asked.
Okay. It's just one that, okay. I'm not interested in fucking pigs. Listen, bunkers, honestly, I really love you, but don't be putting up scores, please. Not interested. I'm not interested in Feyenoord. I'm not interested in City. Please. Mr. Slaughter's playing against a team called Go Ahead Eagles. Let that sink in. Says Yusuf. Ah, yes, the monarch that protects the pervs. My friends tell me that 12 mates went to the 86 together, 8 Reds, 4 Blues, and slept over in his house. He was working near London. We all went down. We were all singing Merseyside, Merseyside, Merseyside. And again in 1989. But after 89, Lee, you're spot on, as they haven't got a clue about Liverpool. The ones who hate us the most are the ones that have never been to Liverpool. Yeah, go along with that. The rest of the country says Norman hates and looks down on us, yet protects the likes of, yeah. They weren't bitter when they were at the top of the team under Harry Catterick, but that all changed with 2 words, Bill Shankly, and it snowballed since, and rivalry with, yes, says Paul Turner. Spot on, mate. Do us a favour, JK.
yeah, man.
Can you read that Dean O'Brien thing out? I'm absolutely dry, mate. I'm sorry. Can you read that and discuss it? Dean O'Brien. I went to the derby in 2001.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
From Dean O'Brien, I went to the derby in 2001 at Goodison a few days after 9/11. Sat in the park, and I'd left school that summer, and by chance my mate from school and his brother, both Reds, went in the seat next to me. Anyway, we ended up getting filled in and spat on, and not one Evertonian tried to protect us. I've seen Blues on the cop and Reds standing up for them. Different breeds, these lot. Lee?
Yeah, it's not very nice, is it? Like, but it definitely happens.
I think it's got worse over the years. It wasn't so bad in the old days. And when Hillsborough happened, they sort of all were united, you know, in Liverpool. But over the years, the average football fan is a bit more aggressive and rude and stuff, you know. It's just the way the world is. It sort of images it on the football people, you know.
As far as this city goes, it was where Everton's fortunes plummeted in the early 90s. I mean, they plummeted before ours. I mean, ours plummeted badly, but that didn't comfort them. They still had a bad cob on with us. Like, and first time I noticed was 1993. And it was like blue mates of mine, good mates of mine, and they just started saying the most horrible things about Liverpool. And I couldn't believe my ears at first. It was like, hang on, I've not heard this before. And it was really vicious. And then after a bit, I just thought, you know, so what, like, anyway, and just ignored it. But yeah, it did go dead weird, like in the early 90s, I'd say. That's when it started to get really bitter, the early 90s.
Yeah, but I think what we're saying about the current world we live in, do you see the difference in football fans around the world, like the way Man United fans are now, for example, compared to, say, the 80s? Do you see a difference there? Yes, no?
Sorry, what you saying, Man United, what?
No, just the way the fans are now, like the Man United fan today compared to the Man United fan in the 80s. Everton fans in the 80s compared to Everton fans
Man United fans have always been, they were quite violent. They did more fighting than anyone in the 70s, when they were rubbish in the 70s, when they were really bad in the 70s. They started doing loads of fighting, Man United, and it caught on. I don't know if they started it, like they probably did. Not some southern, whatever they are, just like different southerners. They're not as hard as us northerners. So it probably was Man United fans who started it.
Okay, Mary Stan writes, strange for me how fans are surprised at Merseyside derby shocks. I was told how in 69, when Blues were champions, we went to Goodison and won 3-0.
Yeah, there's always been derby shocks. Like our derby's one of those that it doesn't matter what form, what position either team in, it's always going to be. There's always going to be something in it. Even if we end up battering them, there'll be a period of the game where it's in the balance still with Everton. Even in recent years, when we've put 4 or 5 past them, there have been parts of those games where it was still in the balance. You know, like half an hour in or something like. So, yeah, you can get a shock result anytime. And that wasn't that much of a shock, was it, really, after the way we've been playing? Yeah, we beat Fulham, but that weren't really a shock, was it, losing the derby at Goodison? I was hoping it wouldn't come true, but it didn't shock me, the way we've been playing. Yes, we beat Fulham, but that's all we did. We beat Fulham.
What do you give the reason to why we lost yesterday?
Yeah, no fight, no heart, no desire. The manager's leaving. There just isn't enough in the tank mentally. There is physically, but mentally there just isn't. Like everything's gone flat, and it's gonna just wait for the new dawn to see it improve. As long as we get like that third place, have our third place, have our Champions League. See how we go next season.
Yeah, but it's like for me a month ago, we were sort of in control of the league table, you know, and then we were in the Europa League, we were in the FA Cup, bro. We've already got the League Cup. Yeah, I'm disappointed big time. I'm just like, I think we sort of chilled out, but the bigger picture being proper disappointed in the way how I think, you know, when Virgil plays well and bosses the game, we know we're going to win. And in the Palace game and in the Everton game yesterday, he didn't boss that game. You know, he wasn't.
A short time ago, isn't it, that we were up for the quad still, or for a quad, even if it's not the quad. It's such a short time ago, just a few pages back. You've got to turn, and there we were at the end of February, looking sweet, and now like halfway, just over halfway through April, and it's all turned to cack and muck. But you know, that's football. Like, you get your hopes up, and then they come down, and then you get them up again at a later date.
No, but I just believe that when we signed the DM in January, even though he wasn't going to be world class, great, whatever, but he could do a job, because Endo isn't the best DM in the world. You know, he's 31, but for who he is, he's gave his best. And I think the games against Palace and Everton, we needed DMs in them games. Didn't have one.
He's been a success for his price tag, but I think we need something a little bit more luxurious in that position, and in front of some new centre halves as well. But
for me, bro, the centre half positions I never really even thought about. I've always gone on about the DMs. DMs are so important, and when you're going for 4 trophies, one guy playing DM isn't suffice. You know, you need at least 2, even maybe 3 DMs. You know, they'll get their games, but what do? We bought one guy. So in a weird sort of way, whose fault is that? Is that Klopp's fault, or is that the owner's fault not giving him the funds? No one really talks about that.
Bit of both. Bit of blame both ends there, but mostly FSG.
Yeah, because if you're saying to Klopp in January, I'm going to bring you 2 DMs in to win that league title, he's going to say no. That's my honest opinion. It's going to make him maybe win the league title. So I never understand that one where people say Klopp didn't want to spend. It's not his money. It's ridiculous.
Well, Norman says, I think about it. Imagine if it was Liverpool FC charged with what City, Everton and Forest have been charged with, financial doping. They would want to saw Langan. That's right, you know, these all want to sign. It's all fair, Clough, I heard Blues call us murderers in the past at derby matches because of Heysel. No, I heard Blues call us murderers. They do, and gestures. You know, this, the crush. That's what they do, sweetheart. I'll never go to Goodison. I've been offered tickets and everything. I've been offered everything. Tickets to go. Refused. I've refused. It was all right years ago. Do you ever remember when Emily scored a couple, a brace? Brilliant. And, you know, just walked home with the lads. You know, banter going on. You know, use with jammy and all that. Uses off a pay hike. None of that.
That's the current. I was saying to the guys earlier. That's the current world we live in. Hence, through football fans, you see what sort of world we're living in. You know, this modern day football fans are out of control. Some of them, no respect for life, nothing. You know, doing that face gesture. I've seen it in the Man United game. Some guy doing that, and I was like, "Yo, come on!" You know, it was like ridiculous.
Well, TW K-Mac reckons Eds was no. It's not only K-Mac. It is. It's true. 40 odd of them. Everyone associated with Jurgen Klopp is gone, or is going. That's how bitter that man is. Hates Klopp. You'll get all the spin, but you'll have the divvies who are calling Klopp. You'll have the divvies until they're calling him now. But you'll have all them. Everything's forgotten. These are the same pricks, the same arseholes who were jumping up and down, screaming, "Oh, Jurgen's great! Jurgen's the miracle man." When we won the Champions League, when we won the Premiership, when we won the Club World Cup, everything that Klopp's won. But now they're saying, "Hang on, please, they don't start, or we'll take you off. You've been warned loads of times. You keep doing it."
I love the Club World Cup, was all I was going to say. I love that.
Let me finish, please, Lee. Please. And these are the same people who screamed and screamed at Jurgen's name. These are the same people now who are screaming, "Klopp to go, he's useless." These are the same people. They're not proper fans. They're outsiders. They are outsiders. I've got a grandson. He's only 18, 19, and loves Klopp. Loves him. Got another grandson. Loves him. So what I'm saying is these like 18 and 19-year-olds, not from Liverpool, might I add, they just forget what Klopp has done. What Klopp has done. They get 10 years of age when they see Liverpool, winning everything when Klopp was there. And now, and we're still top of the league, we're still fighting out mathematically, we can still win the league. And this is how toxic they are. So what was you going to say, Lee? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I really enjoyed the Club World Cup. That was a highlight. And Bobby getting it as well, with him being a Brazilian, and it being against Flamengo after all them years. Yeah, that was sweet. That was a sweet memory. I mean, the memories are going to be mixed. It's just a bit painful at the moment because, the season's ended a bit early. I just can't wait for it to be properly over, to be honest. But they can say whatever they want to say.
Okay, no, I think that's good, because let's go with the memories of Jurgen, right? Right. I'll go to Darryl. What's one of your greatest memories? Obviously with the Reds. What is it, Darryl?
You all hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah. Go on now.
My first proper favourite memory was when we got the point against West Brom and he gathered all the players and did the line and standing ovation. For me, that was the very first. I loved that. It was amazing.
Okay.
Even though we drew.
Okay. Oh, it sounds terrible. I'm sorry there. Right, listen, I'll have to stop it, mate. I'm sorry. It's coming right through. Am I right there? Did you hear all that noise, Lee? Please say yes, because it can't. Yeah, thank you. I'm not saying to say yes, you know what I mean? Okay, did you hear all that noise?
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Was where he did the 6 after we won the Champions League, and you were filming him, and he was going 5. But
yeah, on the back of the bus. On the back of the bus. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah. So, what's your one, Lee? Saying that you're there. What's your? Is that your favourite thing of Jurgen?
I enjoyed us going to Munich and winning, because the look on Klopp's face going to Munich Stadium and winning and putting them out was brilliant. And it was a brilliant. There were 3 brilliant goals: Van Dijk, Salah, Mane. It was just top notch, wasn't it, mate? No, absolutely. Sorry, it was Van Dijk and 2 for Mane, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. What you've got with that game. I always remember, and it goes on to their crowd, and there was only a small little portion of a crowd, if you know what I mean. And you see a German, and he's just sitting there, and he's got a quiff, a German, and you can tell he's a German. I just looked at that and went, look at him. He must be going mad. I think he was a little neo-Nazi, to be honest. But that's by the way. What's your great memory? I know mine. Under Jaeger. What's yours?
Mine is being at Anfield when he won his first game against Bournemouth. Yeah. I was there. I was like, now it starts. And ever since, it's been good times, Every year he's gave us something to dance about. Last season, not so. This season has been a bit of a crazy season. So, but that's my best memory of him.
Let's get into that thing, about, because there will be negativity if you start going through there. I'm just asking, what is the finest moment? I'll tell you mine, I'll give you mine. And what it was when we were beaten by Barca at the new camp, and 3-0. Everybody was saying, you're finished, you're going out. Especially our blue neighbours. And Man U, they were all saying it. Every single one of them. Everyone. Pundits alike. And what happens at Anfield? What happens at Anfield? That's the greatest memory I've got of Jurgen's reign, when we beat them 4-0 to go through, then to go on and win the European Cup or the Champions League. That was it. And, like you say, JK, your first thing was when you beat Bournemouth. That's your finest memory. And I don't know.
His glasses going flying. That was at Bournemouth when we were away at Bournemouth and we won 5-4, and his glasses went flying when they all jumped on him.
That was Arsenal.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
That was Arsenal. And he gave Mane a piggyback. It was an absolutely incredible. You've got so many. Brilliant memories of Jurgen Klopp. The comebacks, the wins, Chelsea, semi-finals. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal quarter-final. When Ryan Babel got the fourth, put the nail in it. 6 minutes to go. 2-2. Adebayor scored. And he was doing all this, And then what happened? Stevie, penalty. Because Ryan Babel got the ball on the left, right after kickoff. And he ran up the wing.
Do you remember what Arsenal player tried to stop him but failed miserably because he was too slow?
That was
tried to stop Babel, didn't he, by the halfway line, and got nowhere near him.
Yeah. Well, when Ryan Babel, went to counted the ball up, from a free kick that Fabregas saw, and then Ryan Babel ran onto it for the fourth. Fabregas was pulling him, and he was just little legs was running after him, couldn't catch him. He was pulling him back, and he just slotted him into the cup. Get in. 4-2. Went through. That's one of the greatest matches, by the way.
16 years ago already. Bloody hell.
What is?
That Arsenal game, 2008. the salt from the Arsenal fans. This is pre-internet days, 2008. I don't think I'd ever even heard of the internet then. But I remember
what are you talking about?
the Arsenal game you've just mentioned where
No,
Ryan...
it wasn't 16 years ago. What are you going on about, Lee?
The 2008 Arsenal quarter-final in the Champions League. I thought that's what you were talking about when you were talking about...
I was there, and it wasn't in 2008. Jürgen wasn't even with us in 2008, mate.
I know, I thought you were going back further then. I thought you were talking
about... No, the quarter-final... Blame me, Lee. The quarter-finals against Chelsea, not Chelsea. Oh, you've got me fucking going again. Against Arsenal. Arsene Wenger. When Adebayor scored. And he was going all calm. Because I was there. I was actually there. And I seen that he play and everything else on the telly. And you see that Pat Rice jumping up and down, and Arsene Wenger going, all right, calm down now, you know, we're through, don't be worrying. And it was JK.
Yep.
Right. What year was that? In 2008, the Champions League quarter final against Arsenal, please.
The season after that.
Wait, let me just reconcile. It must have been around that time.
No, it wasn't. Jesus Christ, you're Liverpool supporters.
It was 2008. The final was United and Chelsea that year. Chelsea knocked us out in the semi-final after we knocked Arsenal out.
2008, are you having a laugh? No. Klopp wasn't with us in 2008, man.
I know, mate, I know.
Come on, man, chill.
No one's saying he was.
I'm going.
Said Brian Babel, we were talking about Babel's goal.
I'm going. I'm
in charge.
What? Yeah, it didn't really matter what year it was, you know. But the way it is, you know.
I remember the salt from the Arsenal fans. They said, "Have Liverpool got to be in every single Champions League final?" You know, because we've been in it in 2005, then again in 2007, and it looked likely again that year for 2008. But Chelsea got us in the semi and then lost to Man United on pens in Moscow in 2008. John Terry took a third one. It was like in a puddle. He ran through a puddle, the fat get, and then just did this lame one at the keeper. And United were like, that was it. United won on pens. Didn't have to me as in. But anyway, it was good knocking Arsenal out in the quarter-final. It was funny.
They've never won it as well, you know. All them years they've been a club, never been a Champions League. So this year is probably their best chance they had in years, you know what I mean? Their team was sort of flicking at the time, but they still lost to Munich. So
we've knocked City out of the Champions League under Klopp. We've knocked Spurs out really, because if you win in the final, there is knocking them out. Like so, Spurs, City, in the knockout rounds. We haven't had we've never had Man United like in the European Cup. We've had them in the Europa League, haven't we, United? And won. Which was fun. A lot of fun. Did you enjoy that when we knocked United out the Europa League in 2016? Weren't that boss? I watched that.
Yeah, Coutinho scored. Yeah, Coutinho scored that game, didn't he?
Yeah. I didn't half enjoy that, knocking them out of Europe. Of all our argues to get in Europe to get them and then knock them out. Shame we didn't go all the way in Seville, in Basel, ball against Seville, but you know, can't have it all, can you?
You can't. Daryl, what do you reckon of the game yesterday?
What was the question Frank asked?
What year was it where we played Arsenal in the Champions League and we knocked them out?
Adebayor and all that. 2008.
Yeah, it was 2009, wasn't it?
No.
Do you know the answer, Daryl? 2009, 2008?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
2007 to 2008 season.
Yeah.
2008-9 was the season where we ended
What is there? Is there another game where we knocked them out there?
No. Not out of the Champions League, no. We never played them before that. That was the first time we played them and Spurs.
Yeah.
We've had Forest. We have Forest in the European Cup in the second round. That was the year we were going for 3 in a row under Paisley. Brian Clough's Forest got in there, didn't he?
We were rubbish yesterday, boys, weren't we?
Yeah. What do you reckon the problem was yesterday, Daryl?
Problem was Canate, mate. He was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if it's me, I'd sell him. Summer, I really would. We're being touted for a Canate-Ugarte swap.
I'd do that in a heartbeat, and it rhymes. Can I say Ugarte? I'd do that in a heartbeat, mate. To get rid of Ibu, and get Ugarte, because I wanted him anyway. Right at the beginning of the summer, he sounded good, and I'm prepared to take a gamble, as long as he's fit and he's available to play in games, which Canate never is. Then I'll have Ugarte there with Endo as choice for that role.
Yeah, for me, Canate, as soon as I seen his name in the team, I thought, no. Kwanzaa should have been playing yesterday. Kwanzaa, younger than Konate, but more quiet, gets on with his game, where Konate is a bit hit and miss, you know. I don't know what he was doing yesterday. He gave him an assist for the first goal. McAllister was right behind him, back to booted one, and all of a sudden, Konate's leg comes over and sets the guy up.
Yeah.
What did you think of the attitude of the Liverpool players, Daryl?
Attitude?
Yeah.
It's
Were they ready for a derby?
No, they wasn't ready for a derby. JK, honestly, being a Liverpool fan, I really can't see him winning any of the 4, if I'm being honest. After watching that.
Okay, who's the culprits? Which guys in the first 11 didn't do anything, in your opinion?
For me, Mo Salah.
Mm-hmm.
Darwin Núñez. Canate and Andy Robertson for me.
Lee?
Crap.
Who was worse?
Yeah, he was shouldn't even started.
Núñez and Salah, because they're at the sharp end where we needed them, and they were blunt as anything. They looked useless. They looked even more useless than they did a couple of games ago. They're getting more useless by the game, them two, this season. I just played dance with Gakpo and Diaz. I'd say to them two, this season's over.
Yeah, but for me, Dan's isn't going to get anything. For whatever reason, ever since he had that knock, he hasn't really been involved in that.
Good to give him some experience. Why we can. Why we're not we've got to have, because aren't we pretty much safe in third, but we're not going to finish second. So it's just give Dan's more minutes, more experience, and let Núñez and Salah know that they've been garbage lately, and we're not happy.
Yeah, but for me, ever since these guys got injured, every single one of them, Jones, for example, Szoboszlai, and Darwin, them 3, none of them haven't looked sharp again. Darwin has been missing. We've always backed Darwin, the Liverpool fans, that's what we do. But for some reason, Darwin Núñez has been missing. There's something just gone from his game, you know. Sort of not really getting involved, you know. That's the one thing that we loved about the guy. He'd
I
always get
thought-
involved.
He looks a little bit like he might want to go himself, and he's thinking about it, thinking, is this a mistake being here?
That's the energy I'm seeing. True that, Lee. I see this energy where he's not really bothered. Fair play to Diaz. Diaz again, like the guy don't get enough goals and assists to his name to show the work he actually puts in. But he was the only guy yesterday again, sort of looking like he can do something, you know.
Yeah.
Would you have started Harvey Elliott before Szoboszlai? You guys?
Yeah.
100%. I thought I didn't really want to see Szoboszlai starting yesterday. Him and Kanate should have been swapped over for Harvey Elliott and Kwanzaa for me.
For me on Sunday, if I'm seeing a midfield three, I want to see Endo, McAllister, and Gravenberch. Sunday.
I don't understand the Gravenberch thing. The guy scored a goal. That gave him proper confidence boost, you know. Maybe the derby yesterday was the perfect game for him to go on another sort of maybe get a goal or assist or whatever he wanted to do, you know. We missed him and Gapco yesterday, and people were actually making fun of them two guys a while back. Now they sort of realise we beat Fulham because of them two guys. Them two were missing yesterday, so we didn't do nothing. You know, they would have probably made a difference. Let's go with this comment. Just one moment. For Paul Turner, Klopp running on the pitch, hugging Alisson was a classic moment against the Blues. That Origi goal versus Everton, still a bit of a mad one when it hits the bar and just comes down. You're going to miss them moments, you know, with Klopp. He always had that sort of magic about him. Them sort of things happen.
Yeah, I just think that first moment, like that was the very first moment I fell in love with Klopp. That one against West Brom when we got that last minute goal in the Cop.
To be honest, the Origi goal, I was more concerned with laughing at Pickford, the way, like, once he'd sussed, like, what a howl he'd made, he turned round, like, to the linesman, as if to say it was a foul on me, when Origi didn't go anywhere near him to, like, grab him or nothing, and he looked over to the linesman as if to say, can you rule that out? The linesman was like, for what?
Yeah.
Okay. This one from TW74. Klopp running down the line and jumping on everyone after Lallana scored.
Yeah.
His glasses always went flying. I was like, take them. He will contacts now. Have you noticed? But I think he learned that. Yeah, that was good moments. I remember the one against Arsenal where Mane scored that goal. Sort of introduced himself to the Liverpool fans, you know, and the way he ran over to Klopp. I remember that moment.
It was it. It broke his glasses, Lee. It was it. It broke his glasses. Can't remember.
I think he's had laser surgery, Klopp. I don't think he wears contacts. Thinks he's had the old laser surgery because he can afford it.
Yeah. He's done something.
Yeah, that and his teeth, innit? Like, right as well if you've got the money.
He does look physically drained now, doesn't he? Klopp really does.
Yeah, he needs his rest, don't he? Like,
but when you look at the bigger picture, bro, imagine when we got Endo in, we had Paulinho also lined up, for example. Them two guys coming in. Do you feel that Klopp would be so stressed with this season? I think Klopp knows himself. When Endo's missing, a fit Endo, we don't look too good. That's that one position. And I feel that Klopp sometimes, because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, you know. Klopp might be in the offices saying, look, I need another DM this January. You know, we don't know that. But for some reason, we didn't do that business. Frank wanted it. I wanted it. I said, we need another DM because like Endo never really settled by January. I think it's just a little bit after that was. We need another DM. And we did nothing again. And I think Klopp's sort of reign would have been better because I think Lee yesterday you was on about the odd 100 million transfer window. You said something like that yesterday, and I said that. I said if these guys gave Klopp not every season, but every other season, 100 or 150 million pound transfer window budget, we would definitely win more.
We could work wonders with that, I think. How many How many DMs were we linked with this summer before we ended up getting Endo? We were linked with that many. Like, it was just mad, wasn't it?
I think a lot of people who like the social media world were just chucking names. Like there was a guy called the guy who used to play for Real Madrid, Redondo. His son plays in South America. No one ever mentions him. Like I looked a bit into him. Yeah, he's a bit of a solid guy, you know. So a lot of us Liverpool fans were doing the homework for the club, finding DMs. You know, there's a Venezuela. Was it Ecuador? Zamorano, another guy. The guy who went to Brighton as well. Is it from Rennes from France? They got him in, you know, so they got rid of Casado. So there are DMs available, but at the end of the day, a 31-year-old Endo, him alone cannot handle that DM position for Liverpool. Hence why I feel the transfer funds let Klopp put down again, you know. We got rid of so many players as well.
Is that Carlos Belieber, wasn't it?
Yeah, Belieber, that's the guy, bro. Yeah. So he's been okay this season, but he would have been okay with training with the Liverpool team, you know. Klopp is his manager, make him into a better player. He was a cheap option, but he would have been legs. And that's what we've lacked sometimes, them legs in that DM position. Okay, Richard Huttinson's saying Liverpool need to improve next and come back fighting. I don't want sloth. Who do you want as manager? I go with you, Lee, bro.
Amarin without a doubt. Still the leading candidate for me.
Okay, and Daryl?
I think Amarim would have been, but he kind of burnt his bridges when he went to West Ham for that interview. Liverpool didn't like that, and Liverpool never didn't offer it him. That's what's happened there. For me, if it wasn't Amarim, to be fair, there's not a lot of choices out there.
There isn't.
These days, it's really not.
It's not.
And Slot seems to have come out to just. I saw his interview before the final game and said that he wants to go to Liverpool in his interview. Like on the pitch, he said he wants to go to Liverpool.
Okay. Was that was today, was that?
It was literally 8 o'clock, 5 to 8, he said he wants to go to Liverpool.
He wants to go to Liverpool.
Yeah.
So
that's done. It's done, I think. So.
That's just like a name that's just come out of nowhere, you know.
When I was watching, sorry, JK, I was watching Dirk Kuyt. Dirk Kuyt did an interview tonight, and he said along the lines like he's the best up and coming manager in Europe. He reckons, and he's got a striker there called Gimenez. And apparently he's the best striker in that league, and he scored 33 goals last season. He's got about 19 this year. Apparently, he might come with him. Gimenez.
So he might, okay. Because they're second in the Eredivisie, 9 points behind PSV. Did they win today then?
PSV won 7-0, I think.
Again today, yeah?
Yeah.
So that means that 9 points is still there. Look, bro, as you were just saying, there's no one available. It's there's like 2024. The days of Klopp, Pep, like Klopp and Pep are still in the game. Ancelotti, but they're just the names. Them sort of names are going to sort of go, you know. In the old days, you had Dalglish, you had Ferguson, you had Mancini. You just had names, you know, you could just go to. Them days are gone. Potter, for example, did well at Brighton, goes through Chelsea, and ends up getting sacked within, like, was it just over a year or even before a year? Ronald de Boer went to Palace after 4 games, was sacked. Is that the lack of quality managers, or what is that, Darryl?
I don't know, mate. The football scenario scenes changed over the last 4 to 5 years. With managers, they have to be spot on. Look at Gary O'Neill. He saved Bournemouth from safety. He did a wonderful job, and then he got sacked, which was like mental. And that's why I was surprised Gary O'Neill's hat was put in the ring, because Richard Hughes sacked him anyway. So
that's why that name being linked to us. It's like names being linked left, right, and centre. You know, names that you wouldn't even like. Yeah, they're going to end up at say Forest or something. You'd be like, oh yeah, that's okay for them. You know.
Yeah, I think Nagelsmann would have been perfect for Liverpool.
Say that again, bro.
I think Nagelsmann would have been perfect for Liverpool. I really do.
Yeah, but imagine when Germany play the Euros coming up and they get knocked out the group phase. Us fans ain't going to be really excited then, are we? But at the end of the day, he's getting big jobs as well. He gets big jobs, and that's what football is now. A manager can be in the game at any club, might not have to win anything, but he's about, you know, like he impresses in certain games and stuff. Maybe gets Champions League football or something, but straight away he's sort of highlighted as maybe the future of football. What's happened to football over the years that we're at that level now?
It's gone crazy, isn't it? Really, it's I don't get it. And even now, do you know what's really annoying me today is like they've gone on with that FFP rubbish all season. Everton, Forest getting the fines, and now they're chucking it away. They're chucking it out next season.
Yeah, they're going to replace it with another.
Crazy.
Yeah, but we're at the time where sort of VAR's come into the game. You got blue cards maybe coming in.
Yeah.
Ball boys and girls can't give the ball back to their players now. They've got to put them on cones. They've sort of robotic, like they made football into a robotic sort of system where there's no, hence why the flair players like your Maradonas, Messi. I don't think there's going to be another Messi.
Nah, nowhere near.
Nowhere near. There's never going to be another Messi for me. There's too much things going on, and a young guy playing for, like the guy from Turkey went to Real Madrid. He's never played a game for him, but he's got big sort of prospect. He's meant to be really good, Gula, but he's not even had a game, you know. What do you think the coaches? Is it the coaches or what is it, Daryl?
I just think these players move way too early in their career.
Mm-hmm.
They should wait at least until they're 20, 21, 22 till they start to get in their prime. I just don't see it. You know, that like that Kendrick, 17 years old, playing in Brazil, joining Real Madrid in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
He could be sat on the bench for the next 2 seasons for Real Madrid and then just waste his career. Same as the guy at Barcelona, the 17-year-old Yamal, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But he seems to be getting more game time because Barcelona haven't really got a squad now, have they? But I want to see, I don't know, mate. I just want to see what happens in the summer. Apparently, we're after this guy from Frankfurt, centre-back.
Mm-hmm.
Plays for Frankfurt, 22-year-old centre-back. Left-sided centre-half. But they want 51 million for him.
Okay.
It's crazy money, football, players.
It's just like, yeah. Ever since the social media world's been connected to the football world, transfer news is out of control. Back in the days, you had the papers coming out with this, that, and the other. But now it's just like over the top. A lot to do with the betting world. People put bets on this guy's going to go here. He then end up there. He ends up somewhere else. Job done, you know. That's why I think a lot of Liverpool fans don't really jump on that bandwagon as such. They sort of keep their feet on the ground. I don't really follow transfer speculation through the summer and stuff. So, Botzalai, not one guy on Twitter, social media said that Liverpool are after Botzalai. The guy just popped up and there you go.
The same as Jota. Exactly the same with Diego Jota. Exactly the same happened with him. He just watched Howard like for a medical. Liverpool signed him. Like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, exactly.
So we don't know what to expect as Liverpool fans no more. But I certainly wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't be on the Edwards train just yet.
Yeah, but for me, I think he could have probably tried a bit harder to get on the Klopp. I think they could have been a sort of good team together. If Edwards maybe Edwards wanted to be number one. You know, that's the world we live in as well, where people want to be the top guy, you know. And sometimes personalities clash. Hence, why one guy leaves.
Yeah, I just don't think I just don't think FSG liked the fact that Jurgen had too much. He had too much power. They thought. So that's. To be fair, though, there's many reasons, ultra reasons, you can say why Klopp's walked, and a lot of them probably true. The filming of the documentary, Klopp said he'd leave if that was ever done. That could be one. Bellingham deal 2, Tremaine deal 3. Not getting on with Edwards and wanting him back 4. Not having the transfer kitty for the last 5-6 seasons. 5. There's so many reasons.
So many points, yeah.
Jurgen's got every right to give this up. I'm not blaming him at all, because he'll go down. He's my greatest manager in my lifetime. I'm 37 years old, so
that's been the best times. Yeah. Lee, are you there?
Lee, he's gone.
Okay, Dean O'Brien, my favourite memory. Oh, are you in here?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you saying about Klopp, bro? What do you reckon of his whole tenure with us?
Yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed it all.
Mm-hmm.
Cherished memories, like once he's gone. But I just can't wait for the new thing to start now. Like get it going and see who comes in and see what players stay, what players go. I don't think there'll be a lot of changes. I just don't think there will be.
Yeah, but I could see maybe Salah leaving. Maybe.
That's definite. JK, he's gone.
Yeah. I think he's gone. I was thinking the other day about ever since Mane left before Bobby. The day he left is the day it sort of all changed. Hasn't been right ever since then. We've been good sometimes, but when Mane left, it was a big time. That was like for me the number one player who left. That sort of changed everything because Mane, Bobby, and Salah up top.
He was my favourite Liverpool player when he was here.
Mane, yeah.
No, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby for me as well. Like
Bobby
technically, I remember that where he did this assist for Salah once. He sort of jumped on the ball, did a little turn on top of the ball, and gave it back to Salah, and he scored. He was like, that guy was someone else. And we need more players like this in the game.
Yeah.
I think sometimes Bobby doesn't get enough praise, but this guy was different. He sort of played football like the way you do in the park sometimes.
Yeah.
But he had flair as well, and he worked hard. Like which other striker works as hard as him? You don't see too many of them, Who was your favourite player, Lee, out of the 3? Mane, Bobby, and Salah.
Tough ones between Bobby and Mane. I'll probably go for Mane because of the spectacular nature of a lot of his goals. And he scored quite a few good ones with his head as well, Mane.
Yeah, it's like with Sadio, I think a lot of people said that Sadio was finished at Liverpool and then went to Bayern Munich and it proved it. But I don't believe that's true. Sadio Mane suffered a serious knee injury at Bayern Munich in his first month there. So I don't think he was finished at all. If he wouldn't have got a knee injury, there's no way he was finished. No way.
For me, I think the way Bayern do things, I don't think Mane sort of suited that.
Yeah. I love the way he used to put the afterburners on and just get away from players with that raw pace he had, Mane. He just, 1 minute he'd be there, the next he was gone, burning down on goal.
Yeah. And
he often found the finish, didn't he? Like, from different angles, different types of finishes. He was just an exciting forward, Sadio Mane. That's all there is to it. I really enjoyed seeing him here. Like, he's brilliant.
You guys are talking about the changes in the summer and saying there'll only be a couple. I think there'll be more. I think there'll be a lot of departures in the summer. I really do.
Name me a few then, bro.
Robertson for me. I don't think he'll be at Liverpool in the summer.
Okay.
Ibu as well, I don't think. I think he'll get sold to PSG, and we'll bring in a bit. I can honestly see us bringing in 2 centre halves because I think Ibu's going, and obviously Matip's already up for free transfer. Simicast will definitely be gone. I think we'll bring in a left back as well. I also think obviously we'll get DM. We'll probably keep Endo there because he'll probably be a squad player. Soboslai will stay there because I think he'll be moved into a more advanced position, and it will probably suit the way Slot plays, that 4-2-3-1. And I also Mo and I think Mo and Diaz will go as well. I think they'll keep Nunes for another season. I think they'll get rid of Diaz and sell him. That's what I think.
Tell you the truth, the names you've sort of mentioned sort of goes with the names I'm thinking that could be sold. Lee, what do you reckon, bro? Who do you reckon will get sold?
It's a tough one, this. I mean, we know where Thiago, Matip and Adrian should be leaving. As far as selling players to raise funds, there isn't many options, is there? In terms of somebody who's going to be coveted by other teams and fetch a price that we'll find acceptable. If we try and sell Nunes or Szoboszlai now for anything like what we bought them for, we won't get the money. But if we sold Salah, that would be recouping, wouldn't it? We'd probably get double what we paid for him, like 6 years later.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. And for his age.
Because he got the summer of 2017, didn't he? So 7 years later, we could get 70 or 75 million for a player who was 35 million.
Yeah, I think Mo's market value's gone from 150 to half of that. I think he'll probably be sold for about 80 million. I think. Mo.
1 year, and he on his contract.
Yeah, about 80 million. I think.
Okay. At that time where we had Mane, Salah, and Bobby up top, and we had the midfield of Hendo, Fabinho, Gini. Yeah. Out of them three in midfield, who was your favourite?
Gini. By a mile. Yeah, by a country mile.
And you, bro? Lee Noodles?
I love Fabinho at first because Fabinho was just solid and just what we needed, that defensive midfielder. I wish we'd have gone him sooner. Because Edison was just playing there the season before. So I really loved Fabinho. But yeah, Gini was brilliant. I did love Gini, yeah.
I just think with Gini, I just think we never ever replaced him. That's why he was missed the most for me.
Okay. But Yeah, carry on, Darryl.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, now I was just to say, imagine Henderson played in the Palace game and played against Everton last night in midfield with his mouth. Like, you just gave Henderson's head and put it on Curtis Jones's shoulders, for example. Yeah. We haven't had a guy who goes round, bar say Virgil sometimes, who sort of shouts and encourages. I heard a game where Henderson was mic'd up, and you should hear the things he was saying in the game. Come on, Trent, like Wilden, bro. Like encouraging. Sometimes a little bit angry, but he was always there doing that. And that's like petrol to a car, that is sometimes. And I think because he isn't the greatest player in the world, Henderson, I think he uses that talent pretty well to get him where he got, And I think we've lacked that this season. Some guy in the mid, like McAllister, Endo, very quiet sort of midfielders, I would say. Yeah. Not really boisterous, you get me?
Losing Henderson and Milner at the same time. It's their vocal talents in the but not even the vocal stuff, just the example set and all that stuff, like, wasn't it, with Milner? The way he'd be first in and last out, like, for fitness and all that, like, he'd stay in there all bloody day, wouldn't he? It's a good example to young pros, isn't it, about have a long career, a long successful career, keep yourself in mint condition. I don't think he drinks, does he, or anything like that. So he's always been on a good one, and he fitness-wise, James Milner.
Yeah.
But it was his influence, like, in the background, wasn't it? him and Henderson together as captain and vice captain. They did well, didn't they?
What's your boys' team for tomorrow then, guys?
Saturday, you mean, yeah?
Yeah, for Saturday. Where we going? Where we going? Where should we start? Lee? Should we start with Lee? Should we start with Lee?
Yeah, okay. I'll go Alisson, Trent, Quanta, Van Dijk, Robertson, Endo, McAllister, Jones, Elliott, Gakpo, and Diaz.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mine's a bit more weird. Mine's a bit more different, I think. I'm going Ali. I'm going Trent, Quanta, Virgil, Gomez. Because Gomez was fantastic at left back, and I don't know why he was took out.
Return of the Joe.
Yeah, so return of the Joe, I think. Midfield, I think, will be Endo, McAllister, Gravenberch. Up front, it will be Cody on the left, Diaz on the right, and Dan's in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, for me, definitely Kwanzaa should have started yesterday. As soon as I seen Kanate in the lineup, I was like, oh no. I think I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans recently sort of gave up on Kanate. Hence why I think he might be sold in the summer as well. But for me, Kwanzaa starts from now until the end of the season. I don't really want to see Kanate.
As well, mate.
You know, Gomez, actually, we looked better when Gomez was playing left back. Another point there. We looked a bit more better, even though Robertson is left-footed, you know. But we looked better when he was Gomez was there. Trent starts at right back, of course. Midfield, like for me, yesterday we were just talking about Henderson a minute ago. Jones, for me, yesterday could have been that Henderson, the big mouth in that midfield. He's from Liverpool. He could have bossed that game if he wanted to. It was his game. Him and Trent, one of them two, even together, they could have fixed that game for us. I don't believe Jones did that yesterday. He wasn't great.
For me, with Curtis, I just think he got the ball. He was driving with the ball, and every time he went looking for somebody else, there was nobody there. For me, with Curtis yesterday, personally, but
yeah, because I think go on.
Who's up top for you then?
Up top for me would be Diaz left, Gakpo in the middle, and Salah on the right. Yeah.
I'm definitely starting Dan's now to the end of the season.
You want Dan's up top, yeah?
Nothing to lose now with Dan's. Just 4 games to go. Let him play.
It's true. I mean, he's not going to start him, but he better bloody use him as a sub and for more than 10 minutes. Let him have 25 minutes to half an hour to find his feet in another game and see what he can do. I mean, if he doesn't score, it doesn't matter. If he doesn't come close to scoring, it doesn't matter. He needs more experience. He's got the right stuff, and we want to see a bit more of it. Why the season's petering out. To me, like, you know, going all out for some winner, it doesn't matter anymore. These results don't matter now. We're out of it. So these results literally mean F all, do they? In the grand scheme of things, we won't be any higher in the league. We won't be any lower in the league. We'll just be where we are, and that's where we'll finish. So I don't see why not give Dan's like 25, 30 minutes in a couple of the games as a sub.
I just think don't be surprised if you see Bobby Clark in that midfield on Saturday either.
Yeah, for me, probably one of the him, Kwanzaa, and Bradley. For me, the best out of the youth players. Clark is good. I see maybe a good future for him.
Yeah, I do.
I'll just quickly wrap these notes up quickly. My favourite memory for me is when we win the league and when we was in tears getting interviewed by Sky Sports. Dino O'Brien says, seeing the emotion of him and seeing how much he cared, and also seeing him knowing how much it meant to us. I will forever be indebted to Jurgen Norbert Klopp. Okay, everyone's saying it was 2008. Torres scored.
Yeah.
It was 2008, though. It was.
Yeah, it was the year after Athens, the season after our appearance in the final in Athens.
Was that the actual question?
There were a question. Somebody brought Ryan Babel up and we got talking and it went back to when he done that thing. Yeah, and outran, just like breezed past Fabregas and left him on. I don't think he fell over. He nearly fell over Fabregas, but he stayed on his feet. But he was like, no, he's gone. I cannot catch him.
Yeah, we still had Rafa was still in charge, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Rafa was in charge.
The gaffer, yes, of course it was.
Yeah, Rafa was involved in a lot of European ties.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of brought that to the club again, you know.
He was good under Rafa again. Rafa made us good again in Europe. Like we could handle anybody under Rafa. We were unlucky in Athens. We were the better side in Athens. But like they were the better side in 2005, although we won on pens. Milan were the better side, but we were the better side in 2007, but lost the game.
Okay, Norman, just go on, Lee.
Remember their open goal? It was a free kick. Pirlo hit it, and then he bar in the arm, right there, like on his between his arm and his chest there, in the wall. He was standing in the wall, you know, making mischief in the wall. Right there, man. There's no way that should have been given as a goal after that handball by him. And we were sunk then. The first goal was really important in that one. Once they scored, we were sunk. Tried to hit them on the break, lost another goal, got one back later on, but there you have it. Like, bastards,
okay. And Norman saying, I think Gravenberch and Capto have to start Saturday simply for fresh legs. I think we sort of could have played Gravenberch yesterday. I just had a funny feeling like after that goal he got, he probably sorted his head out. Perfect game for him yesterday. He should have played it.
Yeah.
Richard Hutchinson saying Darwin Núñez is under pressure, not improved at all and can't finish. I would say with Darwin is he's sort of all-round gameplay before he got injured, vastly improved. Finishing, not really so. Still misses sort of sitters sometimes. He's just been really bad the last month. Ever since he got injured, he hasn't been right. So God knows what's going to happen now. But I like Darwin, you know, he's got a good energy. And that energy has been missing. You can just tell the difference. You know, that energy he has been missing since he's got injured.
I think he just needs the summer, doesn't he? To clear his head and it's like whatever. And we come back, there's a new manager and everyone's trying their hardest again. Like, you know, it's not that they're not trying their hardest in the last month or whatever. It's just that it's gone mentally, hasn't it, from where it was.
Yeah, 2 games, bro. Palace and Everton. Them 2 games, I wouldn't say I'm not bothered about the FA Cup game against United. But ever since Kwanzaa did that pass, it's gone downhill. Weird but true. Yeah. We were winning 1-0 in that game.
JK, I'm just going to the lead, mate. Back in a minute, man.
Okay.
Game at United was like bad as well. That was like when it started to look doubtful. We couldn't even win at Old Trafford. Like,
yep, exactly.
Knocked out there in the cup. I thought after being knocked out there in the cup, I thought we're going to go back there and teach them a lesson. I thought they'd hardly I didn't think we'd batter them, but I thought we'd win in cruise control and like, you know, have them at arm's rest, you know, like your hand on a kid's head where they're trying to go like that. I thought that's how the league game at Old Trafford would be after we went out in the cup, but it wasn't that, and we were shabby again. Obviously, once they'd done that thing for Fernandes, and that changed it. It's like a lot of others, like Keller against Atalanta. The
mistakes.
I don't know. You know what I mean? If that went differently, the game would have been different. Elliott hit the bar, didn't he? And it come down and hit the inside of the post before it went out. But underneath of the bar, inside of the post, out. Remember that against Atalanta about 15 minutes in?
Diaz yesterday hit the bar. Nothing really going in for us, you know. Norman says, I thought Gravenberch did okay versus Fulham and looked fresh, yet he dropped him. Yeah, I didn't really understand that one as well, bro. Salah has been non-existent lately. I don't know what's going on with him, but I would bring Gakpo and Danz in and drop Núñez as well to the bench, Paul Turner says. I think Nunes, just resting, put him on the bench. I think his energy sort of dropped big time. Silva's the thing is, Klopp has made too many changes. Arsenal have basically kept the same team, and they kept on winning. 100%. Arsenal haven't really had injuries, Martinelli recently, but all in all, they've always had the sort of same first 11. We've had like different this, that, and like we've never had a regular first 11 for a long time, Arsenal have had that, hence why they're probably on top of us.
Yeah, Klopp really wanted the 5 subs, and it's a good thing. And like he was like right up at the forefront of getting it. But I think this season he has made a couple of changes too many at times, hasn't he? Where we've been all right in games, and then he goes, right, I'm going to change this, and all of a sudden we're not all right in games. That happened away to Fulham in the Carabao Cup. We still went through in the tie, but he made changes in the second half, and we immediately went limp, and they come back in it. So there's been quite a few like that stand out, where you just haven't understood why he's just like made even more changes when we seem to be all right in the game and at the measure of the opposition and had them where we wanted them. That's a manager's role, isn't it? Like to pick the players. I wonder how much input Pep Linders has on substitution sometimes. Is there anybody out there? Good for Feyenoord, good for Arnie's slot. I'm made up for City. I'm happy. Well, I'm not made up for them. What I'm saying is it's over now, so I'm not asked anymore. So City are welcome to it. You can have it.
Sorry about that, people. My back was gone. I'm in a terrible state. I can't move on this. And JK's been telling me to get a chair, and because this thing's no good for me. I just lose anyway. I'm back. I've been trying to do some exercises, and it's been absolutely horrendous for me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway. Thanks, Norman. Thanks a lot. I don't know what's been going on with you. And Norman says, I think that's a cracker, that. That's a cracker. That's a cracker. Happy 29th anniversary to the 1995 since a trophy. And, it's the way it is. It's just the way it is. I've seen some comments today. It's as though, look, Everton, it used to be great with them, going back in time. It used to be, I used to go to match with the lads. And as I said before about this lad in a pub and having a go, and I thought, what's wrong with these? And that was the beginning for me. And that's where it's not bitterness now. It used to be bitter, but it's hatred. But it's not only those, it's everybody else. It's all around the country.
Yeah.
When people, hang on, stop it. It's when people come up to Anfield. I always remember Chelsea fans coming up with £20 notes, waving £20 notes in front of us. Then they started waving £50 notes. And then they started singing In Your Liverpool Slums. And as someone says, you know, they've never been here. They've never been here to Liverpool. Liverpool has been voted the 7th finest place to live in the world. In the world. Think about that. In the world, and they're singing In Your Liverpool Slums. We've got more graded buildings, with the exception of London, than anywhere else in the country. We've got more green space in the city than anywhere else in the country, with the exception of London again. People haven't a clue about Liverpool because they've never been here. And that's what pisses. And Norman says, is it your lower back? Yeah, it's absolutely killing me. You know about me back, don't you, JK?
Yeah. It's all about the seats, you know, what you sit on.
I know.
That's the main important thing, yep.
Yeah, I know. And it's just killing me. It really is. And thanks, Ali. Thank you. Welcome back. See, I you know myself. I've been looking at you. I've been looking at you. I've been lying down or trying to lie down, looking at you on my TV, and you've been giving your team out. And you know it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for Liverpool. It really is. And I'll go to you, Darryl. Is it going to be hard our next game at the weekend against West Ham?
Yeah, I think this game and the other three are going to be very difficult, to be honest. But I know something. I know I'll start young Dan's at the weekend. Yeah.
Okay. Frank, I had a lad around here call me a murderer at Everton fan. I totally lost it and he shat his pants. Honest to God, you know. And this is the way it is. That's why I don't go to Goodison anymore. I always remember sitting in what now is the Kenny Dalglish stand. And Derby game, when Stan Collymore was playing. And the Everton crowds were singing. And I was saying, what are they singing? And the fella next to me said, murderers. I said, well, what murderers? And he went to slot. And then clicked. I went, no. And that's what we were getting called. I'm not going on about last night, you know what I mean? I'm really not. Not interested in that. But it's as though I just don't know. I've got no words for it. I've got no words for it. I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the win, their win. And they come out with all this. I seen a tweet. I don't know whether it was a tweet or what, I forget. And they prayed to God. They prayed to God and God answered their prayers that they'd win. You know, and this is what it is all about. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely. If you see me wincing, I'm sorry. I'm still in pain. I'm waiting for the chair off JK.
Just your kidneys, Frank.
No, you know, I broke my neck, right? And I phoned my doctors up. And I said, I've got this awful pain. And what they said was, well, when you walk, because I have to put all my weight on the right-hand side. And he said, that's your problem. It's all, you're putting all your weight, which you do, on your right-hand side. And it's only come on me the last, week. And I've been in agony. I've been in agony. And, it's that. But I'll tell you something about, and I'm going to finish on this murderous stuff. My boss, an old boss of mine, cracking fella, really nice fella, got lots of respect for him, and he's a big red, and he took his nephews to Goodison, his two little nephews, and he was talking to a mate. This is after the game, and he had them standing against the wall by is it the Blue House or something? I don't know. Anyway, he was standing there. He said, just stand there, don't move. So he said, okay. And as he was talking to his mate, now my boss never, like me, I never wear colours ever. Never have done. The only time I wore colours is when I've gone away. Whether it's Wembley, whether it's Rome, whether it's Paris, whether it's anywhere. That's when I've worn my colours. And, something colour to say that you're a red, either a shirt or whatever it is. And he said, you know what? He said, I heard these grown men, these are two of his nephews, 9 and 10. And these two fellas walking past, grown men, saying, pointing and going, go here, you little murderers.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. And that's going back years ago. He said, well, I knew what he said to lads. Anyway, let's see what Richard says, eh? Damn for Donkey Nunes.
Yeah.
Says Richard. Good to see you back, Frank, says Paul. Thank you, Paul. All right, Frank, I've a physio on my back due to karate. I lie on my back with a rolled up towel around my waist and squeeze my butt. Check the cheeks in 30 times. It has helped my back. Oh, I'll try that. I'll try anything. I'll see. I've got these funny chairs. I don't mean what I'm sitting on, because JK said, listen, look, get an ordinary wooden chair and sit on that, because it'll do you good. So I said, okay. And, but I've got a dining table and chairs, but the funny chairs, the springy. I know it sounds mad. They're not like the conventional 4 legs. These have, it's like they're like space breathing things, what you see on spaceships. So that's it. But anyway, Frank and great panel, like me, do you think we should play the Dams now just to give opponents something different to think about? And we look predictable at the moment. And just let me finish on this. I only wear colours in finals like others, Athens and Istanbul. Like me, I never went to Athens, unfortunately. Never went. Dave Kirby, the playwright, brick up the Mersey tunnels and that. He said, have you got your plane ticket and your stay? I said, no. I said, I'm going to book it tomorrow. He said, don't. He said, one of my mates is not going. He said, you just want his ticket on his plane. You've got to pay, I don't know, I forget how much it was, 15 quid or something. And take his seat. I said, yeah, great. 48 hours before his mate said, I'm going now. And that's why I never went to Athens. It was too late for me. So never went. So I said, thanks, Dave, for that. He said, I'm sorry, Frank. He said, you know, what could I do? I said, couldn't do anything. But that's the way it is. I know that you've picked your team, but I couldn't quite. Can I just ask you? I'll start with you, Darryl. I'll start, then you, Lee, and then over to you, JK. What's your front three, Darryl?
My front three is Gakpo on the left, Diaz on the right, Dan's through the middle.
Okay. Lee, what's your front three?
I think I'd like Elliott, Gakpo, and Diaz, but possibly Dan's could have a start. He won't start him, but I'd like to see Dan's get a good bit of action.
So, okay, so you want Elliott on the right?
Instead of Salah, because he deserves it more, and Gakpo and Diaz.
Okay. JK, what's your front three?
Me, Lee, Darryl, because we would score probably more goals than these guys. Nah, but for me, I wouldn't really play Darwin. I'd play Gakpo there, Diaz left, and Salah right.
Okay. See, to me, I've always said that, about Elliott, he's better coming off the bench in any game. When he starts, he's not that good for some reason, and he's better coming off the bench. He is. He's far better coming off the bench. But, that's just my opinion. I don't know about anybody else's. What about your midfield, Lee?
Endo, McAllister, and Jones.
Endo, McAllister, and Jones.
Yeah.
Okay. Darryl, what's your mid?
Endo, McAllister, and Gravenberch.
Endo, McAllister, Gravenberch. Okay. What about you, JK? Your
Yep, same as Darryl. Endo, McAllister, Gravenberch.
Yeah, I might swap Jones for Gravenberch and join in with you there, if that's allowed.
Yeah,
I think I've lost sort of patience with Jones. Yesterday's game was his game to sort of just get that game won, I was waiting for him whole game to do something. People said he ran around and stuff, but nothing more. Very sort of timid. You're not like, I want to win this game for us guys, It's a derby. I'm from Liverpool, I want to win it.
Yeah. Okay. And Norman says 3 in midfield, Enzo, Grav, and McConnell. Now there's a name. And that young lad, he's a big lad, that young lad, his name seems to have been forgotten in the last few weeks because it's all been about Bradley and Quansah, hasn't it really? And we seem to have forgotten these lads since the major lads have come back, from injury, that is. And now we've got Jota injured, which is a crying shame. I'll be doing more about him in a moment. So, he's given McConnell, says Norman. And Paul Turner agrees with you, Darryl. And the same with the midfield. So he agrees with you with your forwards on the midfield. Well, is there any changes you'd make at the back?
Yeah.
Any changes, JK?
I'm gonna not play Konate, playing Quansah. Quansah should have played yesterday for me.
Okay.
And the rest, actually, I might even play Gomez at left back. We look better when he played left back. Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay. So you still have Trent then at right back?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Lee, what about you? What's your back four?
Trent, Quansah, Van Dijk, and Gomez. Yeah, I'm going to have Gomez as well because we'll have that back three: Gomez, Van Dijk, and Quansah, and Trent will be coming into midfield, won't he?
Okay. Darryl?
Same, exactly the same as the boys.
Exactly the same. So, what about, Robertson? What's happened to Robertson's game? Anyone?
Legs have gone, I think. Legs ain't got that running ability anymore.
Was anybody
It wasn't like injury.
I would say the problem with Robertson is ever since he's come back from his shoulder injury, he runs into situations too fast without actually jockeying the player. He'd actually run into the situation instead of sort of compromise what to do. Head first, like it's okay sometimes, but sometimes he needs to sort of not run anywhere. You see them do that a lot of times sometimes. But for the price we got him for, amazing player for us.
Okay. No, I think that's good. See, the Awakening Phoenix, he says, I've said it all season, our patterns of play are just not there. Tactically, I don't know what we're doing it with an inverted Trent, and it's not working. Does anybody agree with that
Bang
comment?
on. Yeah. It's gone pear-shaped ever since Trent switched from the right-back position and doing that. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes. But if you're more playing just in front of the defence than Endo is meant to be DM, why didn't Trent just play DM? We needed a DM. For me, Trent and Endo could have been them DMs this season. Why not? Because he's there most of the game. So we're wasting that right wing attack. We have stopped crossing the ball from the flanks, if you haven't realised that. And hence why Darwin never gets no headers in. Simple. We took crossing away from the game. And we haven't been right ever since. Trent's more playing like central. Not really. His passing is great, don't get me wrong. But I liked his threat from the right more. Yeah.
Do you know what, JK? You're so right, because when we look back just a season ago, you had the likes of both Trent and Robertson crossing the ball to each other right from wing to wing, and that baffled defences. It really did. You know, those diagonal balls that they were given, and all of a sudden it stopped. We don't know why. Now, Robertson, just my opinion, whether you agree or not, I don't know. He can't even cross a ball anymore. So there's no way that he can cross from one wing to the other. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is.
I'd be happy to never hear about inverted again. How Klopp goes and how Guardiola goes because of FFP in the summer, and then hopefully the damn thing will never be seen again in this country, or at least not for a very long time. It'll just go back to flat back fours.
I was just like, when I used to play right wing sometimes, I never wanted to play like left wing. Like Diaz is right-footed, but he plays on the left wing. It's okay sometimes to switch it up a little bit, but for me, Diaz has looked good on the right.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand that inverted stuff to an extent. It works sometimes, but too much of it goes a bit pear-shaped for me.
Okay, well, let's go through some of these comments, which are good. And Norman says, Antonio always bullies us. Virgil should man-mark him.
That's spot on.
Don't answer, yeah? Oh, Sylvia's mother. I feel like singing. Sylvia.
Who sang that song, Frank?
Dr. Luke.
Yes, nice.
Dr. Luke. Anyway, that'll be going through my mind now. Be going to bed with that on my mind. Sylvia's bloody mother. I always remember that. I was at a party once, and they had one record. Honest, one record they had. So anyway, we're all sitting there, and everybody enjoying themselves with this one record playing, and it was Darling. That one.
Mine's
So
with
anyway,
with
when we were going, one of the lads, we had to wake him up because he was just lying there like, he's gone. And anyway, we went over and we were shaking him, saying, "Come on, we're going." And he went like that and woke up and went, "Darling, the tears are in my eyes." And he was singing it when he was asleep, a drunken sleep. He just woke up singing it. One record he had. One record, and that was all that was playing. Sylvia's mother says Robbo needs to look up and calm down, but Gomez is worse in that position. Norman says I would play Gomez left back because Bowen plays the right side and likes to cut in. A right-footed Gomez playing left back will cover both. Would you agree with that? I think that's exactly.
Bang on.
Yeah, it's a great comment.
Bowen's out injured, guys. By the way, just let you know all that.
What, in
Okay.
Carlyle was out injured for the derby.
Excuse me, what did you say? What was that, Lee?
I was saying, is he out in the same way that Calvert-Lewin was out injured for the derby?
No, Bowen's out.
Yeah.
Bowen missed the last game. I know that.
And
He's out again. He's out.
This game against us, there's no going back on that. He won't start the game tomorrow.
He's out injured, mate. He's out. He's ruled out injured.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Okay. All right. Some good comments here, by the way. And Ali, our Romanian friend, said Salah missed 4 chances and Darwin missed 1. Everybody saw only Darwin. Darwin played bad like everybody else. And he had to come out, didn't he? The drunk slot. Dean O'Brien, Trent came of age as an attacking fullback, broken all kinds of records for assists for a defender, and we're wasting him playing as an inverted right back. This is the Linders effect. I think Linders has too much to say on how we play this season, from intense heavy metal football to a slow possession-based game.
Bang on.
Go ahead, JK.
I've never, like yesterday when I seen Trent dropping in that central midfield sort of position, I didn't really want to see it. He did a pass to set up guys to have chances. Don't get me wrong, but I just think Trent built his career playing on the right as a right back. He was the best right back in the world at one time. Since he's done this inverted thing, he's been forgotten about.
Yeah.
So we don't need to say anything more about this topic,
No. Well, what about, whatever. But what about other people, when they say about Trent? No, Trent the other day, when he first came back, he was rusty against Crystal Palace. Then he started to, shake that rust off. And some of the balls last night he was given, especially in the first half, were absolutely sublime. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Bang on.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if Bradley was fit, here's my next comment. If Bradley was fit, would Bradley have played?
He probably.
Okay, so here's my comment. If Bradley had played, where would Klopp have put the other fella, Trent? Where would he have played him? Because you can't drop him.
He would have put him on the bench. He wouldn't have played in he's never played in midfield, I was thinking the way Trent positions himself in the game. Let him play DM. Endo isn't fit. Let's get things right, yeah.
Yeah.
Trent's sort of trying to get fit. Play him DM yesterday, I would have. We lacked that DM yesterday. McAllister up top with, say, Jones, you know. But for me, yesterday was a game for Trent to play DM. A one-off. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, you know, you never know because he does, with his invertedness, he does go into midfield.
Yeah.
He does go into midfield, so why not just slot him there?
I think
but
Frank was spot on. I think Frank was spot on.
Yeah, but the thing is, when he plays that inverted thing, his right back position sort of gets battered. But then if Gomez plays right back and he plays the DM, that right back position is covered.
No, we were saying, weren't we, if, you know, if Bradley was fit, I said, would he have played? And you said, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, he would have been covered anyway,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So my idea was, if he was playing in midfield instead of Szoboszlai, so when you had Enzo as a DM, Enzo should have started last night, and it sickens me the way McAllister was wasted at that position.
Yeah.
That position, because he's only small, and you know they were big lads then. They were big lads, and you know when that Lewin scored, you know he just, he just rose like the phoenix, and you see McAllister just like that, he's behind him, and that's the way it was last night. But McAllister's wasted, as I said. He should be more forward in his favourable position. And I think the Klopp got it wrong last night. I know he's trying to save fresh legs because we had all these games, but I don't care now. And Klopp shouldn't care about who he's going to play. But we still need, a couple of punts to reassure us that it's for Champions League next season. And that came about from intense heavy metal football to slow possession-based game. And would you agree with that? Because it's the Linda's effect.
Yeah.
100%.
What we're playing now.
Yeah, 100%. Linda's, to be honest with you, Frank, I'm glad to see the back of Pep Linda's. He's the most boringest tactical guy I've ever seen at the club. To be honest with you, the system has changed. Like when he was running the Carlyle Cup teams, his system and the slow-based possession football has just drove me nuts.
Yeah. What about you, JK? Is it all based on Lindsay's tactics?
Well, normally a number two should listen to the number one guy and sort of improve that. But this guy's gone like OTT with it. He took full control of certain situations and that. We've stopped crossing the ball. The thing that actually made Klopp successful in his time with Liverpool, crossing the ball from the flanks. We don't do that no more. So Linda's too much influence on the team, maybe tactics-wise. But for me, that's Klopp's football hasn't been really exciting this season, for example. In patches, of course, but not that energy, exciting football that we had. Sort of died down, and I think Linda's might have had something to do with that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Linda's who brought Gapco, you know that, and Gravenberch in. And I think Nunes as well, because he's got contacts in Portugal. I'm being honest, I said when, we bought Nunes, I said, we're basing him on 2 games against us. Remember? He played 2 games, and the one at Anfield when he scored as well. 2 games he played, and we based those 2 games and bought him, I think, which was wrong. And Frank, last night you mentioned Rise and Zamp, and I started thinking about Vienna the Cat all day. I've been humming it. Means nothing to me, Vienna, by Midge-York.
I've met him, Mitch.
Have you?
Yeah, I've met Mitch, yeah. At Oxford, South Park, 80th night.
Little Midge, yeah.
Yeah, amazing
Little
voice.
So anyway, Norman says, bowing out. Oh, okay. Did not know that. It's like Calvin Llewellyn, isn't it? Llewellyn, whatever his fucking name is. And he was supposed to be out, wasn't he? Not that it made any difference anyway. And the drunk slot won today, 3-1, bro. Is anyone interested in that scoreline?
No.
Spot on, Slotto.
Hey, you've got Slot here, Frank. He's right here, Slot.
Slot.
And, Dutch have their version of Bond. The name is Slot, Arnie Slot. I think. Listen, don't go on about him, please. I just don't want to go on about Slot. I really don't. Honest to God, I don't want to go on about him. He can't tackle or defend, Trent. Sylvia's mother says.
I think he can defend, but his tackling is pretty lame. Strength tackling ain't good. His defending's better than people give him credit for. His positioning and his defensive brain is better than people give him credit for. But he's not a good tackler. He's not good at going in and winning the ball cleanly, is he?
Okay. Would you agree with that, JK? With what Lee said?
Repeat that again, Lee.
Forgot what we said. What was it now? That an Everton player or something. I started reading that. Geldof took the credit from mid-year for Live Aid, and the Everton thing went out my head.
Oh dear, it goes worse. But anyway.
There's only one Carlson.
Yeah.
Everyone Geldof, mate. He took my brain away on a Geldof voyage. On the footy
The ball plays over. It's the ball plays in over his head that Trent can't defend.
Yeah.
Would anybody agree with that, JK?
Yeah, 100%. Sort of the goal he let in yesterday when Calvert-Lewin was all on his own making a cup of tea and just popped his head in. Trent was sort of trying to push him. It's like, come on, man! Like, what's going on here? He always looks iffy in them sort of moments, over the top. That's his attacking in him? He's an attacker. He isn't really a defender no more.
No.
So that's why he's in them sorts of situations where he's getting caught out. Mine somewhere else,
Well, why do you reckon that Ancelotti wants Trent? Why do you think he wants him? And what position was he playing?
For his long-range balls, he'll play him at right back solely for his long-range passing ability, free kick taking corners. That's what he'll get him in there for, I think.
Who's their regular right back now?
Danny Carvajal.
Yeah.
Danny Carvajal plays there.
And Ali says Trent has a great vision. He should start playing in the middle long ago. That's what Ali says. He should have started playing in the middle ages ago.
Long time ago, yeah.
Does anyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Because where would you think, JK, seeing that Ancelotti loves, and he does love him, he said, I think he's one of the finest. He never said right back or anything, or even midfielder or a forward or whatever, goalkeeper. He said he's one of the finest footballers I've seen. So where do you think he would fit? Where would you think he'd fit the other fella in? Trent in that Real Madrid team if he went there. Where would you fit him? I don't think he's playing at left back, I'm being honest.
Thing is, like, Trent needs to realise himself, where does he want to play? That's like, for me, the best passer in the world, one of the best anyway.
Yeah, he is.
Top footballer, top football player. I just feel like he's wasting his talent sometimes.
Yeah.
Injuries happen, don't get me wrong. But mindset, he's a young guy, been at the club for years, always played football, never had a year or two party and going out, doing this, that, and the other. Maybe he wants to see that world sometimes, you know. You see on social media people getting like drunk, partying here, doing this, that, and the other. Maybe he wants to do that as well. You know, he's played football his whole life. I think sometimes people forget that why certain people don't make it as a footballer. It's because of that distraction of the real world, where they can go out, come home whenever they want, do all that sort of thing. Being a footballer is a strict regime. You can't really go out of them boundaries. Hence why certain players don't make it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Trent can't tackle thing is a myth. Trent is a victim of the system. He's constantly having to cover a big area, big open area, and he's exposed 1-to-1. He should do better for Calvert-Lewin's goal, but it's an absolute mismatch, says Dean O'Brien.
That's a spot on. That is the spot on comment. Be fair, absolutely spot on.
Would you agree with that, Lee?
Yeah, the inverted thing's been a crock of shit.
At the start, the inverted thing sounded interesting, exciting maybe, but all in all, it's been a sort of failure for me. Trent's gone downhill ever since he started doing it.
Now it's just annoying to see it, like, month after month. You're like, will you stop it now? Maybe, like, now that we're not trying to, and he's not trying to evolve or anything, like, it's all finished, he'll just go, yeah, spew that. Let's just do the normal. Right back, left back, 2 centre half. Let's have it.
The thing is, Frank, with the Trent situation and him being linked to Real Madrid, where's he going to go at Real Madrid apart from right back? Because they got Alphonso Davies coming in from Bayern Munich at left back, and he ain't going to get in that midfield with Tchouaméni, Bellingham, Camavinga. No chance.
Well, I don't know about Tchouaméni because he kept getting dropped, didn't he? And he wasn't getting games. But I don't know. You know, I'm not a Real Madrid fan.
I'll take him, wouldn't you?
Sorry?
I'll take him, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Klopp wanted him, but there was no money to buy him. And forget all the crap that you heard that he wanted to go to Real Madrid. He was coming here, same as Bellingham. But you're coming out with crap now, saying he didn't want to go there. He wanted to go to Real. I had enough of it last night, to be honest. All the nonsense coming out. Dean says Trent is one of the most naturally talented footballers I've ever seen. Yes. And do you think Avello has a future with us next season, says Paul Turner? JK.
He'll come back and maybe given a chance. 50-50. But I think maybe he'll go on loan again. That's what I think.
Okay, that's a good thing. Darryl?
Yeah, I actually do think he might be given a chance next season because of the system this new guy plays with obviously the 2-10s. I think he might have a good shot there, especially the way he's been playing at home. There's no reason why I wouldn't give him a chance.
Okay. Lee?
Why not? New manager. Might fancy him, you don't know. He might get himself in form in the pre-season by some odd quirk of fate. He'll be playing well in pre-season or something and get in there, and then it could happen. Yeah, why not?
Okay. Well, that's a good point. Now, my take on Carvalho is this. He couldn't make it in Germany in their Bundesliga. And for some reason, Klopp thought that he couldn't make it here in the Premiership. And he's all right. You know, remember when he played for Fulham, he was great in the Championship.
Yeah.
We bought him.
Yeah.
Now, in the Championship, Hull are there, and he's playing brilliant. So do you think that the level up to the Premiership is a bit too much for him? That he shines in the Championship rather than in the Prem? Does anyone?
Could be, yeah. There's just one step too far for him, and he'll always be like that level of player, brilliant in the Championship. But there's players like that who he's young still. Don't forget, like, you know what I mean. He's very young, so he's got plenty of time to adapt still. And if he comes back and plays a few games, I mean, he's already scored a few goals. Don't forget that when he was here and had a few games, he scored a few goals. Some of them were quite nice as well. The one before Bournemouth was a nice finish, and obviously the one that done Newcastle in late.
Yeah, that was very quick as well. He had to have a quick brain and quick feet, because that came at him like a bullet.
Yeah,
a bullet, that ball, and he balanced himself, and he just hit it ferociously into the roof of the net. That was a cracking goal. To
be honest with you, Frank, I think he might have just matured as a player now. He might have matured.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll go to you. I'll say to just yes or no. Lee, would you give him a chance to come back and play him next season? Yes or no?
He's worth a dip, isn't he? Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Would you, Darryl?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. JK?
If his attitude changed, yeah. Him and Doak have got this attitude face. I've noticed that over the time. Maybe they don't get on with Klopp. Maybe they don't like his personality, whatever it is. Long as his attitude is right. Talent-wise, he's got talent. But the way he was sort of shipped off after he saw against Newcastle, we thought, okay, we got a guy from the bench we can use quite often. He's young. But then he went downhill from there.
Okay. All right. I think they're great comments from you, to be honest. Well, Ali says we only destroy his talent by playing him in defence, really. He'd have a lot more to give if he will go to Madrid. He will play in the middle. And that comes from our Romanian friend. And Norman says, I think a 4-4-2 with Trent on the right-hand side of midfield with a fit Jota up front with a target man who can hold the ball. Imagine Trent crossing from the right for him. Anyone agree with that?
That's a great shout as well. To be fair.
Good. Big man, little man.
I think Darwin can header, bro. We wasted Darwin playing as a centre forward. He never gets no crosses from the right on his head. He can header a ball. I know that. When did the crosses coming for him as a number 9?
Okay. Would you agree what JK said there, Darryl?
Yeah. Spot on. He hasn't been getting the crosses or delivery. Spot on.
Yeah.
What about you, Lee?
Yeah, that inverted dog shit has seen to that. That invertedness, flat dog shit has seen to that. We haven't had all them crosses coming in like we used to, have we? Since we've had this inverted thing.
Bobby used to score headers all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
That's
he
what I'm
did.
saying. I think Linda's has silently destroyed what Klopp sort of built. I don't really understand the relationship between the two guys, but allowing someone to change your sort of tactics that actually worked very well. Because Trent and Robertson, both highest assist makers, defensive ones, you know. So it worked. Why mess around with that, you know?
Okay. Any comments from you, Lee or Darryl, on what JK's just said?
Sorry, I was Look, thinking of that, the comment about Gerrard being best crosser, you know, like when Alonso and Sissoko's in the middle, and Gerrard was out there, wasn't he, with Rafa? And he did that well, didn't he? He did really well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But
he was
Steven
good.
Gerrard could play. Steven Gerrard was the complete footballer. He could play midfield, he could play forward, he could play on the wing, he could play right back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever remember that?
Yeah.
Do you ever remember the Istanbul final? And they brought Steve Finnan off. And believe it or not, I seen Stevie, and he was covering that right back. He was covering that right back, besides playing in midfield. And the people who were around me were saying, look at that. I said, he, in the heat. It was about midnight, you know. I was saying, look at him running there. And he was covering. He was covering at the right back because Finnan wasn't there. Didier Man came on for him. Anybody remembers?
Early Gerrard memory of mine. I think it was the year 2000. And it was probably, I think from the kits, it was the 99-2000 season, the end of it. And we played a derby. I think it was at Anfield. And Gerrard played right back. And he was trying to keep hold of Danny Casamatari, and like he ripped his collar, and his collar was hanging off at the end. Casamatari, it looked really funny because Gerrard had been tussling with him and had grabbed his collar, and he ripped it nearly off.
Yeah, but
that was like the teenage Gerrard. That was.
All right, just let me go through these boys, please. Ali says, club problem is that for him, all the players need to do is all the lines, you know. I wonder when he will send Alisson to box. Thing is, remember Alisson and the goal against West Brom? That was the most incredible thing. And I always remember, I don't know who it was, a West Brom, one of the defenders, and the camera just went slow, you know, because somebody. But you see this defender, and he was like, he's just like that, you know. The expression was like brilliant. Loved it. And Cavallo says, Dean, Cavallo will have as much chance as any player. New manager, clean slate for all. If the new manager doesn't fancy him, then, as Frank says, might be a step up too far. Gerrard made both flanks very well. Everybody is Stevie G. Not everybody is Stevie G. I'm sorry there. Some players need to stick to one position where they can deliver. And Dean says, Gerrard is the only footballer I've seen play every position on the pitch and still be the best player on the pitch. Kevin De Bruyne is nowhere near Stevie. And I'll go to you, JK, about this comment.
Suarez is the best player I've seen with my own two eyes, and Gerrard is the best passer of a ball I've seen with my own two eyes. De Bruyne, for me, quality player. Should have came to Liverpool when he left Wolfsburg. He supported Liverpool, but that's history now. But for me, yeah, Gerrard's energy is totally different to De Bruyne's. De Bruyne is a very sort of calm sort of player. Feisty sometimes, not very much, but Gerrard, his all-round gameplay was totally different to De Bruyne's in that way. Personality-wise, Gerrard was a bit more fiery for me.
Okay, that's a good. What about you, Lee?
Yeah, Gerrard better than De Bruyne. Slightly different midfield. It's a bit similar, but also different. If you get what I mean, in what they were as midfielders, as attacking midfielders, they're similar, but they're also different, aren't they?
What about you, Gerald?
attacking part.
Yeah, for me, Stevie was the complete all-round player. I've never seen a player winning an FA Cup final all on his own. And for me, Kevin De Bruyne has played with class every single season. Had oil money around him all his life in that team. Gerrard had to carry the side with a lot of unknown quantity in that Liverpool side.
Charlie Adams. Yeah, Charlie Adams next to him. Forget about it. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Charlie Adams.
Oh, God help me. When I seen Charlie Adams play for Liverpool, I thought, what did I do wrong? Why didn't I ever play for Liverpool?
Colson as well.
Yo. Charlie Adams was the worst for me.
He was dog-tired, that Jovanovic. What one of the players should be Stevie had to put up with him.
Aquilani.
Yeah.
Italians out of it. Alberto. No, he had some dogs around him, didn't he? He really did. Absolute dogs. But, you know, then he had some quality players, didn't he? With the likes of Xabi, with the likes of Mascherano, with the likes of Torres.
Yeah.
And when he used to link up with Torres, God, the goals that came flowing.
Yeah.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So, and Sammy Upier in defence and Carragher. John Arnorisa, Steve Finnan. He has a great side.
Dan Agger, Martin Skirtle. Oh.
Yeah, Danny Agger as well, yeah.
That's why we were never great when Stevie was playing with players like Charlie Adams and stuff. But as soon as he started playing with people like Coutinho, Sturridge, Suarez, you've seen the best side of him. You can't play donkeys with top players. Like, the game's going to sort of go downhill, I reckon.
Well, all right. No, all right. Prefer Charlie Chaplin or to Adam says Norman. Rigobert song, Norman. One song, Ian McHale says. Paul Taylor. I'm surprised Stevie never has a bad back, Frank, from carrying the team during his time at the club. That's a cracker. Gerrard could take the game by the scruff of the neck. I haven't seen a player since that could do that, says Philip Bills. Well, come back to that. I'll come back to that. That's a very good point. Ian, we used to sing, we only got one song, says Norman. Gerrard and Zidane, they were similar midfielders. Gerrard more hard-working and Zidane more creation. Hard to find a box-to-box midfielder better than Stevie J. I remember, whether you remember this, Zidane said at the time, Steven Gerrard, he's the best midfielder as this generation has seen. That's when he was playing. That's what Zidane said. And he carries on by saying, I wish I could be playing alongside him. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah, that was nice of him to say that.
Yeah, Jean-Michel Ferry, do you ever remember him?
Yeah.
With Stevie?
First ever signing, his very first signing was Jean-Michel Ferry.
Does anyone think, because he had an exotic name, he was a foreigner, he's going to come over and take this? And Bruno Chiru.
Yeah. Sammy Al Nazir.
Julio said about Bruno Chiru, he said, he reminds me of Zizou, meaning Zidane. That was Zidane's nickname, wasn't it? Zizou. He said, Bruno reminds me of Zizou. All right, nice, okay.
Never believe the hype, man.
Chiru did a couple of decent things and scored. Oh, man. I liked him, actually. I basically bought him and thought he'd be good. I was made up when he did score. And you could see he did have something. He was skillful. I could see why Uriye said the bizarre Zidane thing. But, he did have skill. It's just we never got to see it that much. But when we got flash, nice.
Okay, let's go. These are funny, these. Dean says, Rafa held that team back, Frank. We should have won the league in 09, but for Rafa. Would anyone agree with that, by the way? We got beat by 4 points, as I remember.
Couple too many draws, it was.
Too many draws.
Hull, I think. We drew our own Hull.
We should have won
it.
Sean Dundee and a few others by Norman.
Titty Kamara.
I love TT. He was boss. Boss TT.
Titty.
Yeah, I was made up. Houllier got like loads of new players in because we've been capped for ages. And then he come in and we got all new players and it was like buzzing.
Well, Norman says it's Van Cosma and Torben Peakney.
He was a goalie.
What?
He was a goalkeeper when he Torben Peakney.
No,
he was like a centre. I don't know whether he was a midfielder or a centre back.
He was a back, and Van Cosma was a central midfielder. Torben was a centre back. They were both tired.
And Norman says again, Anthony Latalik was going to be the next French GM. Paul Taylor mentions him as well. Oh, look who's there. We can't get him on, can we? Jamie. Is there any way we can get him on?
JK, get him on. JK?
Is JK gone?
JK!
Oh,
What's up? Cool.
I think he's making a cup of tea for everyone.
Oh, you lot with a cup of teas.
Dropping Alonso at Middlesbrough and playing Elza, Dean O'Brien. That was the maddest thing ever. I think that's what turned his head, you know. Jabby's head. Hey, Darryl, you can't beat a bit of titty. Yeah, do you ever remember David in the goal?
Oh, his son scored some great goals against United, though. Give him his due.
Scored a few goals, like, for the free transfer, like, he did okay.
He scored against Arsenal into the cup when we drew 1-1. I think we went down to 10 men. And whose last game was that against Arsenal that day? Nagog scored.
Xavier?
Yeah, Xavier. No. He's not feeling like me, Jamie. I'm not feeling very well. Jamie.
Everton's made him feel sick.
Ali says Javier Mascherano was good at TN as well. Jamie, I'm sorry about that, mate. I really am. Sorry about that. Mate. Jamie's got a bad back as well, Frank. Jamie, I went off here before for about, I don't know, an hour. I was really bad. It just went on me as we were sitting here like a lemon. And Benayoun was a tidy player. Rafa fell out with him. Rafa fell out with everybody.
Loved him. Yossi was brilliant. And so was, I used to love Oyvind Leonardson as well. He was quality player.
I don't know about him. But do you ever remember the goal he scored? I'm not talking about Leonardson. I'm talking about Jose Benayoun when he scored against Real. Wow.
And then we went and smashed them 4-0 at home.
Great to win there, wasn't it?
Yeah, brilliant win. And Ian McCabe says Yossi was a great player. Norman was gutted when he left for Chelsea. And drove Cosmic Canner. Big up, JK. You're a legend.
Big up, man. Top guy.
Drove, Cosmic, Cannon. What are they?
Is that
Top
him?
DJ. Top DJ.
Oh, look. Jamie, you like me? I can't walk myself. Oh, Jamie, I'm so sorry. That means Jamie won't be able to do any rants.
Oh, yeah, it's been knocked out.
The more rants from Jamie. Oh, get well soon, Jamie, please. Don't like to see any. Like me back. Dean says he tucks us into his sock and got yeah. Remember that?
What's that, aubergine?
Oh, that was a terrible song. That was awful. And remember,
You singing, yeah.
what are they singing? Oh, fuck's killing me. Martin McGrath. Are we talking underrated Benayoun and Maxi? Yeah.
Oh, what a player, Maxi Rodriguez.
Maxi and Benny. Yeah, absolutely. And Dean says, remember Rafa's press conference before Newcastle where he said he was concentrating on coaching his team over 30 times. Yeah.
I always remember Yossi's Maxi's hat trick against Fulham at Craven Cottage. Great hat trick that was.
I watched
that
LFC TV, just like the highlights. It was goals against Fulham because we were due to play Fulham, and Maxi's hat trick away to Fulham was on it. Boss hat trick that.
Do you know what though? You know when we talk about past players. Now, when JK mentioned Charlie Adam, Charlie Adam, and the likes of Maxi never gets mentioned, does he?
No, never.
And Benayoun, let's be honest, whoever mentions Benayoun, it's it's too far and in between that they get mentioned, these two lads. And they weren't bad players.
Mark Gonzalez was a good player as well. He didn't really get a chance at Liverpool.
And you know what? When they play for the legends, they made up, Yeah. They made up that they come here.
Yeah.
And, we were just talking about Benayoun and, Maxi there. And you just mentioned Mark Gonzalez. And Martin says Maxi played in a terrible team and scored plenty. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But as I said, he never gets mentioned, unfortunately.
Poor old Max, was here when we were crap. Rafa bought him right at the end of his Rafa reign, and then he was here for Roy Hodgson and played with some abominable teammates.
No.
It's all right.
Yeah. See, and yeah, we talk about legends and whatever. And that Jason McAteer, for example, he's a self-professed legend. He doesn't get called a legend by me and many others who I know. And he was a far better. He did more for Liverpool than that Jason McAteer.
Can you remember his goal in the World Cup, Frank?
Who's?
Maxi Rodriguez goal against Mexico in the World Cup. Oh my God.
I think I do, yeah. Yeah, it was just the ultimate belter, wasn't it? It was just like a full 30 yards, wasn't it?
Ali says, for sure, new manager will not bring Jamie to the squad because of his bad back. And about that song, I remember that. Because he says about his private. Maxi Rodriguez to the tune of the Heartbeat. Love it. Yeah, says Martin McGrath, yeah. Yeah. No, you're so right. Dean Sullivan, Nigel Spackman. Now, what did you think of him?
I thought he was brilliant.
I thought he was a very, very good player, Buster Nige.
Can't really speak about Spackman because I was too young. I was only about 5 or 6.
It just shows you, doesn't it? You know, when we talk about the likes of Spackman, and there's Darryl saying he was only 5 or 6. It doesn't half make me feel old, you know.
Me too.
Thanks, Darryl.
Only because I look 50.
I don't remember him. Or you could have said, oh, yeah, he was a great player. That's all you had to say. I mean,
Class old Spackman.
You put me on a downer and Ree's on a downer as well.
I remember the day we signed him perfectly because I'd seen it dead early morning. It was like about 7 in the morning and I was up early watching TVIM or BBC early one. And it was like 7 and like his head come up. It didn't like have a pictures. It's just like a picture of his head. Like Nigel Spackman signs for Liverpool. Like however much it was. And I was made up. It was a January signing. Like it was in January. Just to keep us bubbling along. And he dovetailed perfectly with either McMahon or Whelan, whichever one, that he played with. He dovetailed perfectly with either of them.
Well, Dean says Mark Gonzalez was that. Also Stuart Downing. And Ian McKay. Insua was a decent left back, Argentinian, but Hodgson got shut of him for Konchesky. Please.
That's putting a downer on me now.
Konchesky's one of the worst ever, isn't he? Like one of the worst.
Do you ever remember his mother? I'll go to you, JK. You know Konchesky. Whether you remember this, I don't know whether you were too young. His mother sent a letter to all the Liverpool fans saying, "Stop picking on my son." Does anybody ever remember that?
No.
Didn't someone send her a letter back saying, tell him to stop being so crap then?
Oh, yeah. He said, tell him to stop playing. That's right. You're so right. Not that funny. Does anybody remember this fella? I thought he was great. Karl-Heinz Riedle.
Yes.
What a player he was.
Again,
he played up front with Biari, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was a couple of years when we weren't a very good side. We could have a go and give United the game and all that, but we were like poor finishers in them years, 97, 96, 97, 98. We weren't very good. And Karl-Heinz Riedle was one of the bright spots. I remember him scoring away to Barnsley, of all places. But I think we ended up losing at Barnsley, but like Riedle got a goal. Dave Tomo was playing. We were in yellow, and Michael Owen was there. But like they weren't great years for Liverpool. And few years, like the mid to late 90s, until Houllier got to grips with it.
Was that Paul Ince? Paul Ince was captain as well, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Did you know what Ince said when he first went to Liverpool? And he went. He says, "Hiya, Paul," and he went, "I want to be known as Gov." Do you ever remember that?
The governor, yeah.
That was his nickname, wasn't it? Yeah, the governor.
And he was captain as well.
Yeah.
I believe
he got a few F-offs. I do know that, off players.
He got one from Fergie. Fergie got rid of him, didn't he? You know what I mean? He wanted them out. Because he knew he had Keane and he had someone, I think he had Nicky Butt lined up already, and Ince was out, the governor, because I heard that Fergie didn't like his influence in the dressing room and he was too vocal, the governor, which is fair dues. And I like Paul. Paul's a good guy. Like, he's all right, Ince, he's done well for us. And his son, Tom. But yeah, Fergie wanted him out, didn't he? Like, and it rankled with Ince, which made us like him more. And that when he come here saying, yeah,
that's a very good point. That they made us like him more. That's a very good point, and we did, didn't we? That's mad. That.
Yeah.
Would you agree with this, lads? Frank, if we are talking underrated players, there are none more or so than Jamie Carragher.
Yeah.
We all dream of a team of Carragher's. Do you ever remember that?
We all live on a team of Carragher's. A team.
Do you ever remember that?
Great one.
And that's true because he gave, you've only got to look at the pivotal time, in my opinion, he has at Liverpool, at Istanbul.
Yeah.
And those last ditch tackles. He was incredible, the cramps he was going through, and he's determined to finish the game.
I think my favourite moment, my favourite moment from Carragher was when he made Nani cry. That was quite.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Favourites. Nani got up and then fell over again hilariously. He got up to badger the ref and run after the ref going, and then when the ref went, he went, fell over again. Again. I was just like, oh, mate, this is too good.
He went, look at my knee, look.
Shocking. But they were like, this is before VAR, isn't it? And really corrupt referees because they told them to get up. Get up. Ian McHale, great signing by Kenny Smackman, 1988, I think. Hard working midfielder, he was. I'm glad someone's mentioned him, actually. I really am. I'm glad someone mentioned him. And Martin McGrath, I think Klopp's decision has more to it. I think Mo is going. That is my greatest worry, says Martin McGrath. There's your mate, Martin. There's your mate here, sitting here with a bad back. Jamie Phillips have got bad backs. And, yeah. I'm going to go to JK on this before I go to Drub Cosmic Cannon. What a name. It reminds me of a Russian cosmonaut, And there we are on the launch pad with the great cosmonaut, Drub Cosmic Cannon. How far are you going, Drub? I don't know, mate. I don't know how to turn the ship around. I have to wait on them on the ground crew, to turn me. So I don't know how far I'm going. Can I tell you something which I think is hilarious about a cosmonaut? Hey, and this is me, right? We all know Yuri Gagarin, first man in space, right? And to go around the air in the spacecraft, and they were like the worst rockets in the world. They can blow up anytime. Can blow up. Anyway, he came to it. Now they never went in the sea, and he parachuted and he landed in the field. Right? And there was a couple of farmers out, doing the ground with these big pitchforks, just turning the ground over. And they seen this thing coming down. And when it landed, they seen the door open, right? And this person getting out full of orange, he had an orange, space suit on. And they thought it was an alien. And they don't do it running after him across the field with the pitchforks. Could you imagine that? That was so. If that happens in a film, it'd have to be like a Carry On film, wouldn't it? Or a Willie film or any other film, Norman Wisdom. Peter Sellers. Could you imagine Peter Sellers? There's an alien there, lads. Let's get him. And it was Yuri Gagarin, the greatest space hero of all time. Greatest hero of all time. I think Klopp's decision has more to it. I think Mo is going, and that's my JK. What's your take on what Martin says?
I think it could be time. Age-wise, fee-wise, perfect for the new guy to get some money to buy someone else. I think like we were offered like 130 last year, was it?
150.
150. So judging like the way he hasn't been playing recently, he sort of might knock the fee down a little bit, but I could see him going.
Do you think that he's, the way he's always been, Mo, really just running, keeping up speed and everything else. And very fit he is, a very fit player. And then he's like, when he's got the ball, if he sees anyone coming in, he just like tries to do what he always done, but he's more tentative, meaning he knows that he's going, and he doesn't want to get injured before he goes. Does anyone agree with that?
I think he's already signed a contract in Saudi, if I'm being personally honest. I think he knows he's gone and he just playing out his last few games for me. I think so.
He had a chance to win another league title. So maybe not. Maybe because he's never been injured before. And this sort of injury might have really upset him. Because like that guy's training every day. Playing every week, so he's been doing that for like 7-8 years solid. Got injured all of a sudden, and it sort of rocked the boat big time. Hence why we're not seeing the best Salah. Yeah.
For Klopp, like final season to go like this at the end early, and if Salah's last few games in the Liverpool last season in the Liverpool shirt is the one when he got injured because it spoiled the season for him and it being injured. And it cost us, didn't it, him being injured for 3 months?
Yeah. Well, what about his status? I'm actually talking about Mo here, about his legendary status. Will it spoil it a little? I'm not talking about me or JK or any of you lads, but I'm talking about the fan base. That's outside, if you know what I mean. A fan base that easily forgets. A fan base that is saying, I hope Klopp goes tomorrow and all this, he's finished and he's spent, he's washed up, and these type of people.
No.
How do you think his legacy with them will be?
The same, I think, Frank. I think he'll be, regardless, one of Liverpool's greatest ever strikers, and he'll always be remembered as a legend of the club. Always.
Okay. No, that comes from the heart. I know that. What do you think, Lee, about his legacy?
Standing in any way to leave for a sizable fee, one which will probably be roughly double what we paid for him, and 7 years after we paid that for him. So it's not going to diminish his standing to any notable degree unless it's with an idiot. Everyone's still going to love him for what he's done, and he's had a great career here. And he's won things here and been happy here, and we've been happy to have him. But if we can get this money, it looks like one of the main or only routes to getting a transfer kitty this summer, because we know we're not going to get much off FSG without selling first. And Mo's one of the assets we've got with a year left on his contract. If we can get offered what we want to be offered, what FSG want to be offered, and what FSG will accept as an offer, take it, spend it.
Okay, what about you, Darryl? His legacy? Do you think it'll be tarnished?
No, I don't think so, Frank.
No, not by you or me or Lee or JK and these lads on here. I'm not talking. I'm talking about. Obviously, you're reading podcasts. You go to podcasts and you're reading comments that they're coming on, saying even about Jurgen. And Mo Salah, what did they sell him? And they were saying that last year, by the way.
Yeah.
They were saying that last year. So do you think if anyone came out, I'm saying like in a few years down the line, and went like, one of our greatest players was Mo Salah, they just say, no, he wasn't. No. Know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. So
I don't think that'll happen. I really don't.
For me, probably the best player in the club. His goals have gave us chances to win everything. He's always got us the goals. Yeah. It's the defenders and whatever who let the goals in who don't let that work out. But all in all, Salah for me, for the price we paid for him, he's a legend.
Of course he is.
Legend. He's a legend. What a guy. What a player. What a player.
One of the greatest players to put a Liverpool shirt on.
Yeah.
And he scored 2 of the greatest goals for LFC. Remember against Man City when he just went bing, 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 bing. Mm-hmm. And one against was at Watford away when he went bing, 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 bing. And one against
Everton.
Wasn't it Tottenham?
Everton. And Tottenham.
No, I don't mean. Oh yeah,
Chelsea.
Yeah, that little same sort of goal. That little bang, bang, bang goal.
So it wasn't a one-off, was it? It wasn't a one-off that you can score a one-off in your lifetime.
Right.
There were 4 unbelievable goals. And one of the most unbelievable goals that he scored was also against Chelsea when he cut in from the right and hit it with his left into the cup. And it flew in right outside the area he was as well, right outside. It was an unbelievable goal. And some people say that it's the best goal they've seen at Anfield, by the way.
It's the best goal Salah's ever scored for me.
No, I think I can't pick. I'd pick the Man City one where he left everybody.
Yeah, that one best, the Man City
it's
one.
Incredible. To beat one of the best goalkeepers in the world as well. To that, because he put it where Nunes should have put it last night. In the far corner. Know what I mean?
And the Alisson one when he beat Alisson from outside the edge of the box.
Yes.
Another greatest goalkeeper.
Yes, absolutely. Drove says, Frank, hope you're feeling better now. Thank you, Drove. I am, but I am and I'm not, to be honest. My back is killing me at the moment. What did you think of Gary Gillespie?
Good player.
He was all right. He got a hat trick in there. Go ahead, JK.
One guy who never talks any negative towards Liverpool. You got your McManamans, Owens, Danny Murphy. They all have their little dag, little negative vibe or whatever. But Gary Gillespie, 100% Liverpool guy. 100%. Yeah.
Oh, he is 100%.
He's a gentleman. I like Gillespie. Nice guy.
Yeah, good. And he's always on LFC TV. He's one of the main guys.
I met him loads of times when I was going on myself. And he always used to eat the sandwiches. I said, you got all the sandwiches? He went, I didn't think anyone wanted any. Those little triangle things. You brought tea and coffee in and gave it to the guests. How about this? Norman. I was on LFC. He was on LFC TV, McAteer, on pitch side when we were playing Palace with Vieira in charge. And McAteer said Vieira won the Champions League with Arsenal. And I shouted, Jason, Arsenal have never won the Champions League. That's what kind of a fella he is. Absolute Arsenal. And RTW. Oh, my mate.
Alright,
he's gone now, GW. Hey, Frank and guest. He's one of my, dare I say, political oppos. And Dean O'Brien, we beat Barnsley 3-2, Lee. Steve McManaman got a last-minute winner. Went off outside the ground. Loads of Liverpool coaches got smashed up. Proper moody. Now that's Barnsley. Barnsley. Where do you go? We're going to Barnsley. Where'd you come from? Barnsley. Barnsley. It must be the worst name in the English language. Where do you live? Barnsley. Barnsley. You can imagine them kind of saying, you know, where are you from? Hiya, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Essex, you know, around Billericay way. Oh, well, that's nice. And where are you from? Oh, I'm from Havisham. Oh, right. And where are you from? From Barnsley.
Pork scratching central. Pork scratching central.
Barnsley. I shouldn't get to people from Barnsley.
Carol.
Oh, yeah, look, JK's laughing at last. Do you know what I think? He's snidey, you know, JK. He's not really laughing at what was going on there. He's laughing at me.
Probably slagging us off behind that camera.
Yeah.
Right. I was laughing at what you just said about Barnsley scratchings or something.
A pork scratching central.
That's too funny, man.
Oh, you were laughing at me back. You're lying. And Annie Lee Jones, where does she go? Annie Lee, bless JK and a big heart. Yeah, Annie Lee. Annie Lee. That's a great name, that, isn't it? She's not American, is she? You know, like Billy Bob Thornton and Sue Ellen. No.
Love is in the air.
That's my sister. Yeah.
She gave JK a heart, so I said, love is in the air.
Yeah, everyone loves me, bro.
Yeah. Everybody loves me. Milan Baros was a good centre forward and underrated, says Ali Noose. Would you agree with that?
No.
Milan.
Rubbish.
Does anyone agree? I thought he was all right, you know what I mean? I don't think he was, you know. But he did try, he was a tryer, put it that way. And don't forget, he got a Champions League medal in the 2005 final in Istanbul. TW, he's a great fella, T. He's really a great fella. I always liked Barry Venison, steady fullback. Yeah, he did. This is what I like about this show. It goes from one thing to another, like being in a pub with mates instead of overblowing up headlines to get views and likes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And this is what it's all about. And we try to, you know, and as JK says himself, and you know, we try to answer. We can't answer them all, obviously, but every comment that comes through, we try to answer them. Whether it's about Charlie Adam or what GW says, Battle of Britain, there was a pitchfork scene, and there was Battle of Britain. I've got you know, like I'm a historian. When I do the First World War, I've got a picture, you know, but I put it up and things. I used to have, I was a dinosaur. I used to have an overhead projector with a big screen, and I used to put this picture up. I'll try and dig it out for you for the show. I will. I'll try and dig it out. If someone reminds me, JK, right? You've got to remind me. And I'll try and show you it. And that's a cracker. And it was taken in 1914, the end of August, because, you know, the war started, didn't it, down there? Anyway, in the August. So you have, and it's got, we are ready. for the Hun. For the Hun. We are ready. And it must have been in a newspaper. And you see fellas standing there, like, you know, that one arm on the hip and another on the handlebars of a bike. And you see a line of them. The bikes. We are ready for the Hun. You know, it's just so nuts. And that's what he said there, DW, just reminded me. And Hartlepool has cornered the market in pitchforks, let's face it. Oh, that's nuts. And Ali says, let him go, so obviously it's Mo for a good price. It feels like it has run its course with Mo. However, he has been superb and we are forever grateful. James Doherty, I see the spin from certain press Liverpool writers that Núñez was a club signing, etc., etc. Looks a little of thrust Edwards stroke Cole forward slash. He does no wrong, and that's Edwards. Thank you, James. Thank you, James, for saying that. Thank you so much. Because everybody's jumping on the bandwagon with the, you know, here we are with, there he is, you know, Edwards. And I seen that thing last night, in Edwards we trust. Sicken me. Sicken me. And Dean says, amongst proper Reds, Salah's one of the greatest to pull up a red shirt, obviously. Ignore the E-Reds. They are just Klingons and don't share the same positivity as much going. The Reds fans and Reds who, even though can't go to match but love the club no less. Thank you. Smashing comment. Thank you, mate. And DW, has Film Chat moved back to Thursday mornings? Yeah, it just is one because, you know, I'm sorry about that, DW, because DW liked the Film Chat. But anyway, he said about 2 films for about 3 minutes, and then someone mentioned football and dull football, DW. But yeah, we will be going again on. We will be going again on the Saturday mornings with. We will be going TV and film. Yes, James, I think they love Edwards. He is no genius. And James Doherty, that was Norman, and he agrees. Norman, true, that says James. Dean says, amongst proper Reds, Sellers is one of the greatest to have pulled off the Reds. I've read that, haven't I? K-Mac. He says, only Terry Henry and Alan Shearer are better than Salah for me. See, Shearer was this is where people get mixed up. I understand what you're saying there, Kay, you know, I really do. But let me remind everyone, Alan Shearer was a centre forward, proper, out and out striker. Salah is a winger. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. Henry was a winger first as well before he was centre forward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Terry Henry, yeah. I agree. Oh, you know, Shearer and Henry were. Did you like the way, you know, I have to come out with all the French, you know, Henry,
I thought it was funny, Frank, when you said Terry Henry.
Well, he spelt it wrong, you see, because it's an I. Terry Henry. Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry.
It's about the consistency for me. Salah and only a few players in the Premier League history can do what they do. Absolutely. So bang on. So bang on.
Yeah.
That's okay, man. How come these modern midfielders for Liverpool can't shoot? Says James Doherty. Score like Terry Mack, John Wall, Stevie G. He's just mentioned three mids. Breaking news, here we go. Breaking news. Amarin agents wanted 10 million a year. Well, we know about that. LFC would not match his demands. But I've always said, that's nothing. Honestly, that is nothing. Is it?
Not in this modern day, no.
Absolutely nothing. Because the other fella, he was on 14, 15 a year. So they're trying to save money again. And if you want the best, John Henry, soft lad, you've got to pay the money for the best. And that's nothing, that. Absolutely nothing. Because I know that they're offering like 4 million to Slot.
4?
Yeah, that's what I was told. And K-Mac says, I think JK is a doctor and he's in surgery most of the time.
Got that right.
Dr. Love.
No. If you're ill, I'll start to help you out.
And says, hey Frank, you need a lady of the night to rub your back. Go answer to that. Go answer. Ali says, we don't have 10 mil to pay him, but we have 32 to pay for LeBron every year. Thank you, Ali. Thank you. That was brilliant.
Was rather.
32 million. We pay LeBron James to stand there. I'm going to ask you lot there, right? JK, do you play basketball?
Back in the days, yeah.
You played it, so I'm leaving you out of it. So you're all right with LeBron James. Don't answer that. No, you're all right with him. You love basketball. That's the end of it. Darryl.
No. I am the only guy out of all the Liverpool fans. I just don't like the guy's aura. He's too dark, like in that way of what he does. Like he's a bit of a how do we explain it, man? He will take that opportunity. He's making free money. He just stands there.
Of course. I know nothing about, but the only thing I know was our school has a netball team, and we used to have to go into this like big gym and sit there like soft kids, when we were soft kids, and watch our little girls, running around with a baseball, and the balls are throwing it in the nets because we used to have to support our.
Wouldn't ask me, Frank.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to ask you.
I used to play in the morbidly obese men's basketball team.
Lee,
I remember the Harlem Globetrotters. They was good, but I don't know nothing else about basketball. And I remember like them, the Harlem Globetrotters.
It's not an English game, is it? Or British game?
No.
No, you don't see any farmers down in Sussex mowing or cheering up a big field to get the crops ready, saying, "Listen, lads, shall we go and play a bit of basketball?" I used to play badminton. I used to play badminton, but I never heard that. Well, this is Liverpool, you see, so I've never heard anyone saying, "I'll tell you what, lads, do you fancy a game of basketball?"
I used to play tennis. Used to.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
All right, it's reasonable at tennis.
I was good at badminton, though.
That is my
I
game.
was. I wasn't like, I was just good with me mates, you know what I mean? I wasn't like, if anyone came along, we could actually play the game properly. I'd be running all over the place. Had me running all over the place. And Drove Cosmic Canner, Liverpool for life. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. And funny enough, we should have had an Elka. We should have had him. Barry Venison has a great not quite as great as yours, Frank.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's been on the telly. He's been on the telly. I don't count.
I'll be on the telly again this year very soon, actually. Best thing, Sylvia's mother. Best thing Barros done was to get out of the way of Schmidt's shot. Yes. Because he went like that, didn't he? He knew that where it was going. And he was in an offside position as well, by the way. There's a little, because, you don't really see it there. But when you watch it on the telly again, the replays and that.
Smeesha and Paddy Berger deserve some credit as well. They were quality.
Do you know when he scored the Smeech? Do you know when he scored? I don't know whether you noticed it. He ran. We were ecstatic. And he ran. And no one ran after him. He was expecting a load of players to run on him and jump on him. And no one ran after him. And he looked around and said, "Look, he's looking around." And I think Carragher was shouting, "Oh, get over here, you shuffler. Get back. We're going to try and sort these." That was true, that. I was in the Cup 2002, 1-2, when the lights went out versus Newcastle, and Anelka destroyed them. Brilliant he was, and I loved Anelka. I wrote it on purpose, Frank. Thank you very much. Okay, man. We saved 10 million a year on Thiago leaving. Yeah, jokes. So it was 10 million. Well, I was paid a lot more. I was given the same money as Klopp, actually. Listen, we've given our manager this, accept that. I'm just wondering if it's dead in the water. I really am. JK, LeBron sold his soul to the devil. Spot on, JK. There you go. Was anyone else sold a soul to the devil for 31 million, 32 million for a year? How much has he made from us?
It's just good now that he ain't going to be doing it because Adidas has taken it over. That's good.
Yeah, but he most probably have a big Adidas thing on.
Oh no, 66 million a year.
Nothing surprises me with those Yanks on us, those Americans. I'm afraid nothing. Alan Shearer was a tea towards my then GF and all the staff at Slaley Hall Hotel way back in 2000. He was noted as a bit of a bad. Yeah, I was told that actually. I was told that, look who I am. I was told that myself, D. I really was. I was told that.
Coming up with the impressions tonight, Frank.
And Norman, there is only one king at our club, and it's not LeBron. Absolutely. I think we've got a load of kings, actually. I've always said that. But King Kenny. I used to watch the Harlem Globetrotters. Does that count, says Sylvia's mother? Yeah, the Harlem Globetrotters, they were funny though, wasn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I forget the fella's name. He used to joke around, and they were very funny, but played serious matches. But that was entertainment. DW, I remember that name, the Harlem Globetrotters. He remembers the name. Behave yourselves. Of course, everyone knows the Harlem Globes. K-Mac, the latest interview from Slot. It's no secret that I want to go to Liverpool, he told.
He said it on his interview, Frank. He said it on his interview before the final game, 5 minutes before the final game. Spoke to reporters and said he wants to come here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, K-Mac. The clubs are negotiating. This is what the other fella's saying. Trot. The clubs are negotiating. We have to wait until an agreement is reached, but I have every confidence in that. I'd like to become the new Liverpool manager. Unquote. The clubs are Frank looks like our centre-back, Glenn Hussein, with his hair. I used to say he's the best-looking fella in Liverpool. Looks like, I think it's just the hair, though, isn't it, Glenn Hussein? He wasn't bad then, Glenn, was he?
No.
Or am I getting mixed up with the other fella?
Glenn Johnson.
Oh, no, Glenn Johnson, behave yourself. Oh, he went to Tottenham.
Hoddle.
No, play for Liverpool, play for us. God, blimey, a big Scandinavian. Who was it?
Torben Picnic.
No, he went to Tottenham.
He went to Tottenham, Liverpool.
Torben Picnic.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't him. Definitely wasn't him. Who I'm thinking of anyway. I remember the Trotters, Derek and Rodney. Yes. I remember when Shearer was Newcastle caretaker manager and the Cop were humming the match of the day team cheered to him and singing, he should have stayed on the table. In fairness to Shearer, he clapped and laughed his head off. And Dross says, Liverpool set in its ways at the end of the line, at the beginning of time.
Very nice.
That's good, that, isn't it?
I like that.
Well, Leonardson, Frank. Leonardson it was.
That's it. No, it wasn't.
He was Liverpool and Tottenham.
No. This fella was a big centre-back.
Huh.
Big centre-back. And he went to Tottenham. God, but he was a big, good-looking fella.
Kebab.
Francine loved him. She went, he's lovely.
Christian Ziege.
Who?
Christian Ziege.
No, he's a German, now. He was a German.
Aga?
No. Aga stays with us, to me.
I can't think of us having a
Scandinavian. There he is, Scales. And he wasn't a Scandinavian.
Scandinavian, he's English.
I was kidding you.
Ah.
I was trying to make it more difficult. Was getting me, well, he looked like a Scandinavian anyway.
John Scales, there he is.
Yeah. Well,
John Scales, there he is.
yeah, John Scales. He was good, him. He was good, the old Scalesy. Was Kevin Keegan passion over talent? What do you mean, Jay? Was Kevin Keegan passion over talent? Does anyone know?
Possibly, yeah. Not as a player, but as a manager, possibly he was too passionate.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
what did you boys ever think of Robbie Keane?
I thought he was all right.
Yeah, all right.
He got a cracker against Arsenal. The ball came over his shoulder and he just ran and he volleyed it, or half volleyed it. And he was like that to the crowd, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The Arsenal crowd. Thanks, Anne, for that. Norman. But it's back to the land, its feet in the water. Saying this drove. Its head in the clouds, its heart on its sleeve. Hearts in its mouth.
Frank, can I say something a minute? I've got 9% on my laptop, so if it goes, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. Yeah. Isn't that lovely? He's singing a song here, love. It's being so cheerful that keeps us going, Liverpool, yes. And that's lovely, that. Thank you. Thank you, love.
Words.
That's lovely.
The first city to rock in Britain. Yeah, of course we were. Still do rock, mate. Still do. I know you're not happy with the possibility of Slot as manager. No, I'm not, Frank. But at Liverpool, we want people who want to be at Liverpool, and he clearly does. Oh, come on. Anyone wants to be at Liverpool. But listen, I know what you mean, Gene. Honest, mate. You know, you're a good Reds and everything else. And there's no one more than me. And I respect all my fellow Reds, no matter whatever opinions they have, where they're from. I embrace our foreign fan base all around the globe. I embrace them. I've had them staying with me from America when they've come over to watch a game. 2 Texan girls. They came and I they stayed here with me. But it was messy, in between them, in beds, and I had to hold them like that. But it was absolutely dreadful, if you know what I mean. A bit cramped, in other words. God, that was you, mate. You're just sitting there and standing there, gobs on you. Anyway, I had two ladies from Texas. They were from Texas. They were our Francine's friends, and they still come over. And they stayed with me here. And look at Lee, look, he's sitting there like fucking gobbles, jugs of gobbles. I know you're not happy with the possibility of Slot as a manager, Frank, but I don't want to get. And he clearly does. It was meant to say, tell him, not team. Oh. I don't want him. I want the best. Anyone but the best for me. Anyone. And
read that one out, Frank.
Don't know why I haven't sold Scales and kept Phil Babb.
Frank's a blonde as well, but he buys grey hair dye.
I showed my granddaughter once, a photograph of me, when I was younger. You know what I mean? I looked the image of Marcello Mastroianni, a great Italian actor. one of the most handsomest men in the world. I'm only joking. Anyway, I showed her there. I said, look at that. She said, who's that? I said, that's your granddad, that's me. She went, why have you got colours here? I said, I used to dye it. You know, she's just a bit, that was your little granddaughter. She couldn't get over me. With black hair. Remember Vigard's Egham, decent right back, injury prone though. Yes, Norman. DW, Gerald, you never run out of battery alone. There you go.
I wish you're right, mate. Christ.
I have to MOT my 17-year-old car tomorrow. I hate the system. Says DW. See, we're all rich, aren't we? This is why we love the Tories so much. This is why Rishi Sunak has given millions upon millions. I think he's given 5 billion or something to Zelensky to buy another mansion or a few around the world. And we've got 4.5 million kids below the poverty line. Think about it.
Did you see that Tommy Robertson in London, Frank?
Yeah, he got let off, didn't he? There's no case
about getting Khan out or something. See it? Mad.
No, I don't follow things like, but I did see, a little bit on YouTube, and the point is, you see, if there was no case to answer, they arrested him for nothing. Yeah. It's like people today going on protest, to feed these poor kids in Palestine. It's shocking. I was watching today live streaming from Italy, and they're all going around Milan, everywhere, carrying the flag, the Palestinian flag. Saying, I was reading the comments, all Italian, and they were saying, feed the children. Feed the children. Mangiare bambini. No. Mark Wright was a poor buy, in my opinion. Peter Beardsley turned right inside out when he was at Derby, and then Souness doesn't just buy him, but he makes him captain as well. Yep. And got rid of Peter. K-Mac. Roderick van der Ham is Feyenoord's video analyst. Joey Clean is the cameraman, video analyst, and Frank Bohr is the team manager. So what's this fella? Slot. Frank de Boer. He couldn't make it here, could he, Frank? The medical team consists of Houston, Duncan, Stefan van, Jasper van, Ruben, yeah. What's that all about? And then he goes on, Jesse Van, is the final. Should Slot get the Liverpool job? Let's see how many of them make the switch from Feyenoord to Anfield alongside the head coach. I think none of them. Because Mr. Edwards says, you missed my first post, he says. K-Mac, I don't know, did I? I'm sorry. It's all double Dutch to me.
He's got to bring him. He's got to bring them all with him, hasn't he? Really, needs coaching staff, and hasn't he?
No, we've got our Bournemouth lads. Come on, we've got our Bournemouth lads. Michael made sure of that when he phoned his mate up, Richard.
So it's going to be.
You want a job at Anfield, mate? Do you want to come here to Liverpool? Are you kidding me? Oh, get up there and bring the other two fellas with you.
It's going to be Slot and Mark Birchall. That's it then.
I don't know. Okay,
sorry, boys, my back is going to die. I'm going to have to go, guys. Sorry.
Okay, peace, bro.
Peace out. Love you all, man.
Peace,
So,
man.
See you later, Darryl.
Love you, Frank.
Love you too, mate. Thank you.
Lee. Don't answer then.
Lee,
Bye.
Lee needs sleep, says DW. No, he just looks like that all the time. He reminds a lot of people of Stan Laurel.
Similarity.
Yeah, but came back. Who is the canteen lady at Feyenoord? Bet you don't know that. And he shows the tea lady is staying behind. Oh, that's great. And Norman says, it's Anne Van. Oh, come on. I'm not. Stop saying these mad little words. I don't like words like that. Well, anyway, lads, seeing that Darryl's gone. Have you got anything to say before we all close for the night? Yeah, look, let's see this post. Here's one for you, Frank and team. How many millions has Klopp made the Yanks with all the Champions League campaign and Premier League? I did ask K-Mac, but he hasn't come back to me. Well, I think, the way the club is now, like 3.7 billion. They only paid, well, I don't think they paid anyway, 3 million, because it was the Royal Bank of Scotland who paid for that. They borrowed the money and we paid it back. Liverpool. Just like we're paying for everything else, like the stands.
Yep.
And what was sponsored was the AXA training facilities up in Kirby. Am I right? It was sponsored by them.
At the end of the day, they bought the club for 300. Klopp spent 9 years, turned that 300 into say 4 billion, and he gets 16 million to spend on a DM in his final year at the club. That's it.
Yeah.
Mad.
Well, K-Mac comes out and says it's 150 for a full campaign and winner for us to see out 50 million for each in the final. She just to his sums does that, K-Mac. Klopp made them $1 billion, says James Doherty. And what I said about everything, us paying for it, correct. Said about what that is. And Norman, FSG won't pay the extra few pounds for a tea lady, but they will continue to monitor her. She makes good toast, but John Henry does not see the value in the wholemeal bread she uses. And where's the effing money? K-Mac. That's what I said. Klopp made them 3.7 million because I don't think they even bought they didn't buy the club. It was the Royal Bank of Scotland. They borrowed the money and said, we'll pay you back with with interest. And they just said, yeah, okay. So they paid nothing. And they're raking it in. As the case says there, 3.7 million. What I said, 3.7 billion. And do you think for 1 minute that they're going to say, we're going to sell like they did last November, and I said they won't sell. They don't want to pay for anything in the January, the window. And I was vindicated because the following week, when it was the end of the window, they said, oh, we're not selling them.
A major sporting investment.
DW, appreciate the passion of this channel. And Harry's going to DW. Nice talk. Thanks, DW. And I'll see you on the Judge Napolitano thing, you know. Or even the George Galloway. Okay. Definitely see you there. Thank you, DW. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much. And as K-Max says, they will never sell it. It's a cash cow. Yes. Says the K. John Henry has overheard saying to the tea lady, I come not to pay. Yes. Well, listen, lads, I'll call it a day. And I'll be in touch if you don't mind.
Damn it.
Does the tea lady have a big jumper? That's right, DW does an eye at it, yeah. Little wife will be, yeah. John Henry gets a bigger yacht. He always gets a bigger yacht. Says James Doherty. Dean O'Brien. Nights all up the Reds. Great show, legends. Thank you, T. I'll have to put tea lady has big jugs. She must put them on her head, mustn't she? You know, one's got milk in and one's got water in. And night, lads, says K-Mac. Thank you, K-Mac. I wish you could have come on, but
Peace, man.
I haven't got a thing. So listen, I'll be in touch. Is that okay?
Sam?
Yeah, Sam.
Thank you. Thanks to the chat. Thank you so much. And K-Mac's going to Whitby. He's going to meet a couple of bloodsuckers.
Very nice, very nice.
Up the pool, Frank and Cole are ace. Thank you.
Thank
you. That's lovely, that. Thank you. Nice all. Great as usual. Thank you. Thank you.
Bless Norman.
See, these are the boys. These are what we, you know, they stay with us. They love us, and we love them. And we're all Reds through thick and thin, no matter what. Support the team. Get behind the team. Don't be getting behind the owners, and don't be getting behind a stupid coach. Not a manager, because the manager is Edwards. Believe you me, it's Edwards. He's the manager. All right, boys. Thank you. And I'll